What we do here is go back.
To secure that CT site for their squad.
And, you know, if that sets the standard for the game, then we're in for a great one, you know. Even in the knife round, we're seeing clutches. And, you know, the CT side side basis of training, a lot of it's based on comfort. Like, that CT side, it's just a matter of making your T side easier. When you're on T side, you're just constantly fighting to get as many rounds as humanly possible. Whereas CT, it's a bit more relaxed, you know, they're coming to you. It's a nice little way to kind of ease yourself into the game, which is, you know, if there's getting that CT side, going to be a quick restart coming in from one of their players before we go live, but they get that bit of comfort choice of that CT side.
Yeah, there was actually a match that I casted yesterday, and that was the Dignitas squad. I casted a best of one and a best of three of theirs, and it just feels so good to see the old glory players still going on. Like we had pretty much old school NIP there, and now we have old school forZe Pro. I just hope that we get to see old school Cloud9 at one point. Please, Shroud, come back.
Maybe one day. And if we take a look at our partners from Loot there, they seem to be favouring Avez in this matchup. These odds looking fairly close, all things considered. We're kind of hovering around that 2.0 area. Oh, sorry, they're favouring Honoris as we have a quick changeover. As, you know, again, they're favouring Honoris, but only slightly. Truman, what do you think of that?
Wait, they're favoring Honors?
Yeah, had a quick switch at the end.
Okay, that's interesting because I would say Avez, especially starting on the CT side, should have a clear advantage in the map so far. It's their map pick. Okay, and it's back to Avez.
Back.
Okay, well, Avez does. It is the stronger squad, and they have the higher rating, plus slightly better players. However, there is going to be the B push coming out. One smoke, two flashes, peek out wide. They clear them off the angle, and they're just going to hold down the line. They're not going to push towards side. Smoke comes in towards connect. The long range stabs from Kyla is not going to be able to connect the headshot, and the site has been forfeited.
That's nice opening from Kylo onto Stomp there. Neo, very fast to trade though. Now, site has been secured. We've got Raiko able to get up and close towards connector right now. He's going to have to do some work though. If he wants to secure this round for Honoris, he's going to hear those players all around him. I think the next have been spotted as well as they make contact. Now able to trade. Neo and Bialy trading in turn as well. Man advantage going in favor. Well, actually gets cancelled out there as Neo finds Marcos now. 2 versus 2. We'll see that go down. Neo is going to have to make some noise. He'll drop wide. Now able to find him. The follow-up is there though. The spam through the smoke from Taz. Unfortunately, it's not enough. As now we'll take down Taz as he pulls out his knife. And Avez finding round one with that defuse in the smoke from Bialy there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Taz could not find the connection. It's always annoying when you're playing, especially with a Glock. You need so many tags to connect, and well, he actually had a complete misread on the exact positioning, but it is, I mean, it's random on where they'll exactly be defusing the bomb. However, they do still have a pretty decent buy. An AK, 2 Galils, a Mac-10, and a Scout for Stomp. Daz picking up that Mac-10. I saw Exist going for that one every single game yesterday as well. Really, those old school players trying to rake in some extra cash on the quick pushes. And weaponry-wise, between the two teams, actually, it's pretty much the same weaponry. That's the plus side of being the T side squad. However, the utility of theirs is very lackluster. 1 smoke, 3 flashes. And they're going to go for a quick push forward. Does need to be careful, peek out wide, but K does shut down Raiko.
That's a great little 180 there. While running, he's able to get a fairly accurate spray onto Raiko. Now what's going to make contact with Prism as well, and Marcos finds Stomps. Now what's going to find Neo, and this fight from Honoris completely shut down. Taz will find K, but, you know, it's just consolation at this point. Kylo's going to be aggressing up from B ramp. He's going to hear Taz. He's going to see him as well. His head will be found. And with that, Avez make it 2.
2-0 so far for Vez, and this should be a pretty clean round. Hopefully for them coming through, they might get a deagle, for instance, on Taz, because he's got a little bit extra cash in the bank, or he could just save it all up for extra utility into the next round. Stomp will probably go for the op pickup, possibly. I think he does barely have enough for op plus armor for the next round. So yeah. Hopefully we're going to see that. I do love the T-side op on train. I just love the op on train in general. There's so many different alleys and angles that you can peek that can completely surprise your enemy. And they're going to start off the round. Neo does shut down K, who's going to go for the aggressive pop dog control. And Neo falls back with, well, it's just an SMG, but every little bit helps.
From Bialy there was no way they were going to expect that. He's able to pick up 2K for it. Now we'll find Prism. And Honoris doing a really good job to get these dinks. Unfortunately, no kill to be found just yet. It will be all on Neo. I don't think he has the bomb. As he comes down from B here, it should be spotted from connector. Carlisle will find him. And Avez, they get a fairly clean third round because, you know, having only lost one player in round 2 and 3, that includes the Onerous Force buy, their economy is going to start skyrocketing, and we see that embodied here with 3 players on 6k, well, K dropping below once he buys here. Marcos going to get that up. But again, Bialy and now, what, 5.4, 5.3, you know, they're really in a good position to start snowballing some economy. Onerous need to start doing some damage if they want to keep Avez under control right now.
Yeah, it's the double op, the op on both sides being picked up. There's a quick peek coming in, but he does get shut down by Marcos. They will be able to retrieve that op on the side of Onerous if they so please. It does seem to be Neo, who used to be the old opper for forZe Pro, of course. They never really had a solid opper, though, the old forZe Pro squad. They always swap between Neo and Snacks most of the time. But he did it mainly was Neo, and let's see if he still has a little bit of that power behind him. It is going to seem to be a very straightforward B walk-in. They have no idea. Kylo's falling back towards site. They're already on site. Not a single clue. They're just going to walk past him. They might catch him on the side, and that will be the entire bomb site gifted away. Spray down comes in. Raiko does finish him off. Molly in connector, and honestly, that's the round done.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bit of contact made there by Onerous. Avez rightfully choosing to save, you know, B site when Onerous already had backline control. It's just so difficult to retake, and I think they've kind of appreciated that. I've seen it. You know, they can drop for their teammates next round, and the answer to these guns are going to be a lot nicer than giving that up to Onerous.
Yeah, it was pretty clean cut at the moment that you have one player on B and he gets taken out with the forward positions. There's no way you can retake it. They can just hold all the angles, and they have perfect post plant. So that should be the first round on the board for Onerous, and both teams keeping a lot of money still on their side. So it should be a very decent buy on the next round. Let's see if Stomp is going to go for the quick peek with the op again. Does need to be careful because Marcos did have his number last round.
Absolutely. That was a great trade from Marcos into a main there, as peeking and getting that pick as a T-side AWP is hard. Trading it as a CT AWP without dying is even harder. You know, I really respect that second kill Marcos was able to get there. I think it was fairly pivotal to keeping a man advantage. Granted, once they exploded out onto B, you know, it was over. But, you know, they're only going to get away with that once, and if they've already used it by round 4, then at least they're running out of tricks, slowly but surely.
Baz burning up in Olaf. A lot of damage has been dealt. Prism gets shut down by Marcos in the meantime. Big nade coming through. Neo is getting sprayed down. A lot of damage to Onerous, and they haven't even full-faced him yet. Taz gets executed by Naurot. Yeah, the round for Onerous is looking pretty disastrous. K is holding that pop dog. Expects someone to be in there, and it is of course Raiko. He's even going to go heaven, which usually ends up to be a one and done. Raiko actually does expect it, but unfortunately loses that fight against K, and now it's all on Stomp and Neo. Stomp does make it possible. Neo, however, is down to 22 HP and is slow walking towards Ivy. Stomp is going to join him, but Naurot is ready and expecting them. They're going to peek in from Onerous. Let's see if Naurot does have their number. He's the only one standing there. Neo, Barrel's going to get spotted. He gets a double sprayed on both of them, taken down in Naurot. 9-0-0. The man is on fire right now. No deaths at all. The only one on the server that hasn't fallen so far. So on the rest, they're going to go for a force up. Stomp picking up that op again. Let's see if he can make some more magic happen, because so far he's had 2 kills with the op, but he's had 2 rounds with the op, and you want to see a little bit more from that 4.7k investment. Let's see if he can get a quick peek without falling or his teammates being completely dead. It does look like they're edging towards that B site again. It did pay off for them the last time because they only had 1 B defender, but with the time ticking down. There's probably going to be a rotation coming in from Marcos, who is heading towards that B side. Flash comes in. They're going to rain down. Spray comes through. He's trying to catch them on the cross. Has to fall towards side. Is going to peek out wide. Does shut down Reiko, but the bomb plant's going to come in. And Taz executes Kyler. Big aggressive smoke coming through. It's going to be a 4-on-4 retake. How are they going to be? Oh, that is a nice shot from Marcos, but Taz shuts him down. Luckily, Nauro is still there. 10-0 for the man, the myth, the legend. K is going to get rid of Stomp, and now it's all on Prism. His entire team got destroyed. They expected someone to be inside connector. He's holding down that left mouse button trigger. He's trying to shut down K, but K with 15 HP does win that duel, and it is going to be a defuse coming in for Avez. So let's, we're going to have a tactical timeout on Onerous's side. They could go for a small little buy, not a full-on buy though, unfortunately. Well, they are going to go for the full AKs, but it's just the utility is so lackluster on their side. They do need to win a round, but no op for Stomp. Maybe it will actually pay off because Stomp hasn't really had that big of a performance yet on the big green stick.
Yeah, absolutely. And we take a look at how that execution went. On B side, especially for when you're taking it, for T side, the closer you get to connector, the easier the retake or the easier the site defense is. So Taz pushing all the way towards connector, getting that initial kill, opening up the site worked absolutely perfectly for them. It's just a shame they lost those trades when the retake came forward from Avez. And we're actually going to see Prism fall instantly as well at the start of this round.
He just jumps out of T main, and that's the second one for K. Does get shut down by Reiko in return, but that's already a 2-on-4 situation. Neo, he needs to win that duel against Marcos to give them a sliver of hope. He is going to walk in slowly and could... Oh no, he's actually going to fall back to join his teammate Taz. The dynamic duo still alive. Where's Bialy right now? Bialy is on A side. So it is going to be Kyler trying to stop this push. Coming in, but Taz just peeks in and he's going to fall back. That does give it a lot of intel that there's at least one in brown holes. And he's just going to walk through the smoke again. It seems Taz... trying to go for the flank play. Oh, if he actually pushed sooner, that would have been perfect. But right now, it is taking a little bit longer. Step forward. He's on top of Gray. Peek wide. Bialy gets taken care of. And Kyler with the double spray down finishes off Neo and Taz. And round number 6 for Avez.
Absolutely. And again, Avez, this aggression they've been doing is just unrelentless. Yeah, it's completely shutting them down. But let's take a look at Hellcase. Hellcase is the biggest and most known case opening website with almost 100 cases, updated case battle, upgrader, dozens of giveaways per month, and absolutely, well, and more absolutely unique features. You won't get bored with Hellcase. Use promo codes to grab more and save more and grab what you deserve.
Exactly. Hellcase, everyone, go to their website and use Malta V5 as the codes there as well. But let's look on to the next round. This is going to be a semi-buy from Onerous, a couple of upgraded pistols. They will have a full buy next round, and Stomp will be able to finally pick up that op again. They need to make some magic happen because this is looking really painful. They do, luckily enough, still have the CT side on Onerous's side, but this is going to be a quick rush out towards, out from Pop Dog. They're expecting the B push, though. So this could be pretty nice. They're going to push towards side. It's completely smoked off. But Bialy through the smoke gets rid of Taz. Almost takes down Neo as well. Jump out now. Wants to get the bomb planter. He's going to spray him down, but the bomb has been planted. They get what they came for. Unfortunately, no economic damage dealt by Onerous, but a bomb plant at least gives them literally everything that they could possibly desire.
Absolutely. And Avez, that was a really clean retake. You know, we saw They did think it was towards B, but rather than just run through the smokes initially, they waited for that plant to come through. Now what was the one to aggress, but that was after Bialy got that initial kill, and they were just able to just play disciplined, you know? What I really like about this Avez CT side is the aggression, and when they choose not to aggress, because we see them buy rounds, they're up in towards pop, we've seen them take a main control, but the second it's an eco, they're disciplined, they're back on site, they're towards connector, they had another player on back lines, but Glocks aren't going to do anything at that range. And that's a great read from Avez there.
Oh, nice molly thrown up top of Pop Dog. Holds Taz off. New is going to re-molly down below. I mean, they really just... B is probably their best idea. They've planned. They've gotten onto the site 2 times already. Got the bomb plant there as well. Just the post plant did not pay off last time. There's going to be Kyla with the quick smoke. He did get flashed completely. Is going to fall back behind Grey Train. Is going to peek wide. Shuts down Neo and is going to push forward next to Grey. Stop. Gets the catch. Prism already got rid of K as well. There's going to be a jump up from Bialy. Will he spot it out though? Stomp on site with that op. It's going to be a 3-on-3. There's one player pushed forward. And Stomp is going to be taken down. But look at this Taz with the big flank. Luckily enough, there's Naurot to shut him down. He has the cleanest reads in the world. Naurot is 15-1 right now. There's a molly available. And I don't think they have a smoke available on the side of Avez. Can he get the defuse in? Bialy's burning. Oh, 12 HP gets the defuse going and does win another one for Avez. Great play from both of them. 16-1 for Naurot. That's an amazing scoreline.
And that's an amazing read as well, to come back from upper, realizing Taz is probably aggressed from oil. I'm not sure if he heard him take steps at the last possible moment, but again, that was potentially a round lost for Avez there, as Naurot carrying him forward. He has the confidence as well. We saw him just dive up that ladder and take the fight with Taz as well in the post plant there. And, well, that on Bialy able to defuse in the flames. As Honorous now, they've got a 7-round deficit. What are they going to try and do? Well, they've got that AWP on Stomp. We see them aggressing towards A main, pushing up towards Ivy as well, but no pushes out the ordinary just yet.
Stomp with that op is really not paying off so far. He's only got 3 frags in 9 rounds, and just with such a big investment, you need to get a lot more out of it. They are going to go for the run boost peak. Jump fast, and Marcos is not going to fall for it. He gets the shot in, and Neo falls flat. So a very nice attempt there by Honorous, but you will not fool Marcos. In the meantime, B site, there is the bomb. They're going to walk in again through the smoke. This is going to be timing based completely. Kyler's, well, the rotations could be there in time, but once that smoke has been disintegrated, if he peeks out... Did he spot them? He did spot them. Raiko does find the head of Kyler, and that is going to be B side open. Stomp gets shot, but finally does get the kill onto Marcos, and that is going to be a very tough retake coming in for Avez. They are still going to attempt it though, but they need to get a quick kill right about now. Otherwise, there is no reason to try and take it. There's going to be a nice flash. Okay, can peek out wide. Raiko close range. Duel coming through. And K actually peeks right away the moment that Raiko comes in. They're already lost. Naurot, Bialy trying to go for the hero play on top of the train, but Raiko does shut them down with a 3K in his round, and the second for Honorous.
And that was great from Raiko there. Again, when Honorous get that B side control, they can push towards backline. They've got just such a strong position to retake from. It was kind of unlucky in connector there from K, where he swings just as Raiko peaks. But even then, Raiko should have only been good for 1, but still getting a 3K. Absolutely brilliant for Honorous, and it doesn't really do much to Avez. We're going to see a double AWP setup come out now on Null and Marcos. And, you know, CD side being that more expensive side, where actually got very lackluster economy. Reaction to this is to aggress up towards B. Kyler going to be playing the act back position. AWP goes off, and Kyler finds 1.
Yeah, they're going for the very aggressive B defense this round on Avez. They notice that their B defense has been lackluster, and now they shut it down immediately. Yes, they're Honorous haven't gone for any really aggressive A pushes, so this definitely does read into their strategy right there for Avez. They know they're pretty safe in terms of how fast owners like to execute. They like to take their time, maybe play a decent default, get a good flank going, but normally it's just the waiting game, try and get rid of all the utility on the side of Aves. And, you know, with that said, it might actually be time to go for a very quick take where you immediately throw out smokes. There's going to be peek out wide. Kyler's already going to get tagged. Nice nade coming through. A little bit of damage to Taz. Shuts him down. Bomb gets dropped. And the help from Marcus coming through as well. Peek in wide. Stomp is going to get the kill onto Kyler. And onto Marcos as well, but he needs some help. Gets a leg in on his opponent. Now up next. And the smoke close range, but Neo needs to hurry up because Kai is being flanked right now. Neo up top, still brown hulls. The smoke is going to connect, and that's going to give away that Kai is very close. In the meantime, Naurod's going to peek out wide on site. The substitute opera right now is going to whiff the shot, and it's going to be a 2-on-2. Neo gets taken down. Stomp, it's all on him. He needs to get 2 more frags. It gets rid of Bialy, knows that Kai is still somewhere close range, but where exactly he does not read him perfectly, and Kai is going to win that round for Aves. 9-2, favoring, well, the Polish side, but that could be both.
That was a beautiful round from Stomp there. I think he's starting to wake up now, starting to feel it. And, you know, we saw him just taking peek after peek, you know, without any fear at all. That was a fast 3 kills. Again, even with Nao, he's just swinging wide on sight, taking him down. We saw him jump up on the white train numerous times and able to get kills off the back of that as well. So really well played from Stomp there. And we're going to see him reinvest into that orb again, even though yes, a deagle on just Taz. But honestly, I don't blame him. You know, if you're really starting to feel it, then you can absolutely use that to capitalize and give your team an advantage. We'll have to see as well. Zonorous going for a bit of a fast A play right now. Neo, will he spot that player? He won't spot Nawat. Nawat, if he turns at the right time, he's going to be able to take down Stomp because of this as well. Shot from behind, but he's taking down Prism as well before he gets taken down. Taz and Neo now. The VP players going to be in this 1 or 2 versus 3. As Marcos is going to aggress up from B as well. Open hands. He'll be able to spot Taz fairly easily. But what is it? These players both shifting past each other. However, Marcos does turn around. He'll take down Taz. It's all on Neo now. But contact
Neo
made.
has been spotted. And Kyler in heaven does shut him down. Yeah, that was actually such a good. That would have been such a good round if Neo got spotted out. Who was that again? That was Naurot?
I think it was Nawat, yeah.
Yeah, if you just get that spot, you save your 2 teammates, put it at a 4 versus 3 situation, and you have a massive advantage. But unfortunately, the cards are not in their favor right now.
You know, an 8-round deficit for Avez right now. Things really aren't looking too... Oh, for Honor, sorry, things really aren't looking too good for them. Taz again going out from main. He's going to get tagged down by that Molly before he even spots anyone. Follow-up Molly is there as well to prevent any re-aggression. Neo coming up from Ivy. He's running into 3 players. Bialy finds 1. Neo and Prism able to trade, but Kay gets the final say on 2 players. It's all on Stomp now. Deagle in hand without armor. 1 versus 3. And Marcos, he doesn't miss shots like those. Avez 11-2 now, as they're really having a strong game right now. And Honoris, they've got a mountain to climb on the CT side.
This is not looking too good. Stomp is going to be playing with that big green stick. Again, 2 more rounds. They really need to win the last 2. I mean, even if they do, it's still going to be a pretty tough mountain to climb. But it is very doable on the CT side of Train. Both sides are more, teams are more well-versed on that CT side. But you will definitely have to win that pistol if it happens. Stomp trying to get some wall bangs in. And it does seem like they're going to go for the aggressive B push possibly again. They're just holding angles right now on the side of Honoris. Marcos is very far pushed up currently with that up. And it's pretty much, is any of the 2 going to peek into the other? Because it would be dangerous, of course, if, in this case, Prism falls back and gets shot from behind by Marcos.
Absolutely, I think Marcos is going to be able to get that point of contact here. He shifts on forward, Prism. Almost by God's will, he shifts on away. Contact may be made in Pop Dog as well by Bialy if he chooses to aggress a bit further. Honoris, they've been so passive right now. It has allowed Avez to just aggress everywhere to regain control. Bialy just going to back on away as he'll leave Pop Dog.
Yeah, there's a slow push coming up, but they're going for the very aggressive defense now on Aves, close to sight on 3 players. However, it does mean that the A site is not that well defended. And Honoris read this perfectly. They're going to go for the A push. Luckily, Marcos does chime in with the first frag of the round. And a player in heaven, Bialy is hiding over there. That usually is a one and done spot. Bomb is going to get planted by Neo. Will it get shut down? Marcos just pig swipe with the op. It's going to cost him his life, but the bomb is dropped. There's 15 seconds left. They need to make sure it doesn't get planted. And it doesn't matter because it's Stomp on his own. He will not be able to get the bomb planted. They're trying to shut him down. He should be able to secure the op into the next round. But that is going to be 12 for Aves, and this is absolutely disastrous, especially when it was only a 5-on-2 situation to start the push with.
Now, I'm not quite sure if you were able to see that, but what Marcos did, he jumped up onto the ladder of the train, pressed spacebar to chuck him off it, strafed in midair, and used that to get into a position to kill the bomb planter. And if that's not adding some flair to your gameplay, I don't know what is. That was an unbelievable from Marcos there. As Avez now make it 12, a 10-round lead they have over Honoris. And, you know, what do you do if you're Honoris? Everything you've been trying hasn't worked, your aggression hasn't worked, you play slow, Avez just aggress themselves. You know, Honoris just being categorically shut down right now.
Yeah, game is pretty hard. They have 2 smokes, 2 flashes on Honoris, and that is about everything they have in their bank account. Bialy gets rid of Reiko already, and with the Molly even, so he probably got Molly flashed and maybe a couple of tags here or there. But for the rest, what can they do on Honoris? They can't go for a decent enough execute. I guess the best possible position you could go for would be B in this case, but they are already heavy stacking towards B. Nice shot from Stomp, getting rid of Marcos. Finally, he wins that op duel, and that is going to give them a massive advantage. However, K with a great flank push coming through. Stomp is not ready. Is going to get annihilated. Nice peek wide, getting rid of Prism. Tazis has already fallen. Now it's all on Neo. Can the old guard turn it around? It's going to be possibly Neo versus Bialy there. And Neo, does he expect Bialy to be playing that off angle, or is he going to go pop dog? It seems he's going to go pop dog towards A, where we do have 2 CT defenders for Aves in Kyler and Naurot. Yeah, Kyler knows what's up. Naurot, he's just going to hold the push, and this is going to be problematic because he's being flanked from multiple directions right now. Nice execution coming in, tries to get the peek in, will go for the bomb plant, doesn't have a lot of time, so does have to stick it. Luckily, they aren't going to go for the quick push to the denial plant. It is very possible right now. AK in hand, just needs 2 more kills. The bomb has planted in a very favorable position. He has so many angles that he can hide in to execute them quickly, and it's all going to come down to no one's tapping the bomb, so he's not forced off the angle just yet. Nice flash coming in. Neo is going to get caught from behind. Unfortunately, will not be able to get rid of Kyler beforehand, which I don't think would have even been in time, but that is yeah, I mean, how is Honoris? This is looking really painful. They really are going to need that pistol and a lot of luck plus skill in their CT defense, or hope that Aves has absolutely no tactics whatsoever on their T side. Otherwise, they are going to be in a world of hurt. As you can see, loot bet, I think they're swapping around again every once in a while, but Aves does have a 1.01 odd. I don't think that the 1.01 odd is for Honoris, but yeah, there's, I mean, the comeback is always possible, especially if Aves start knifing each other in the pistol round. There is definitely a shot. 11 odds. I don't even know if I, you know, 50 cents. You still make a $4.50. Push out towards A side. Very aggressive push coming out. Neo is going to get shut down, and this push is working out. That knifing your teammate strat actually does seem to pay off. Reiko, do they even get a single frag here? Yes, they do. Prism gets one, but he's all the way down, and Ivy bomb is going to get planted, and he will. Well, he does have a kit and a smoke. All he needs is headshots. All he needs is headshots. the ace clutch to win the round. Will they feed him that ace? It's going to be pretty tough, though, with the positions that they're holding, if they're going to be playing for the win or if they're just going to be playing for that HLTV score right now.
Absolutely, and you know, great opening from Prism. They're able to find 2 quick kills. Fortunately, the Glock's reigns supreme. K is able to take him down, and clearly knifing Narwhal was part of a good luck ritual because that push worked perfectly. There we go. The odds are fixed. 14-1 is what our partners at LootBet seem to believe. If you're Honorous, that looks about right. They're going to have to win 12 rounds flawlessly just to tie it up, not even to win. And this must be heartbreaking for Honorous as well, because Polish team's notoriously good on train. We look at Illuminar as well. That's the go-to, I imagine, as well, because he's also extremely good on train. And Stomp used to play for them. Yeah, Honorous now aggressing towards Pop Dog. Riker will find K, Havoc, Kyler able to trade. Follow-up will be that. Neo attacking down 1, but unfortunately Kyler has had enough. Kyler aggressing even further. Stomp now, Scout in hand. See if he can find Bialy. Unfortunately, the Scout will only just ring true. Prism and Taz now. 2 versus 4 to keep Avez off match points.
Yeah, I mean, the Deagles can do a lot of work, especially if Taz does shut down Bialy. Kyler's already very low, but they don't have a kit on their side. They have... The time is ticking down. They've got 10 seconds to shut down the entirety of Avez, so this is just going to be Naurot with that Mac 10, trying to pad his stats a little bit. And yeah, he's 21-8 right now. I think he started off with like 14-1, so he has slowed down significantly, but still 21 frags to his name is definitely a pretty decent score. 15-2 last round of, possibly the last round, sorry. They are on 13 map points. Honorous, I think that's the GG.
I was going to say, does Noah really need to pad his stats? He's been playing unbelievably throughout the entirety of the game. Honorous now with the odd nade here and there might do a bit of damage, but K's going to find Ryko to open it up. The Scout from Neo will trade. Unfortunately, as these AKs continue to ring out, these players from Honorous are just going to drop lower and lower. Stomp will find Narwhal to trade. And that's a man advantage actually for Honorous, which is something they haven't really seen all game. Isn't as well swinging from Red Train. Kyler's able to trade. Remaining 3 players now. 3 versus 3. Bialy finds a stop. Kyler finds Neo. It's all on Taz now. And, you know, 1 versus 3 to give yourself a chance to win 12 rounds in a row. And, yeah, for Taz, it's supposed to be heartbreaking. He'll be spotted by Markov. He'll be taken down. And 16-2. This game ends.
what we do here is go back. What we do here is go back.
It looks like it's actually going to be SG Pro, so even more positives going the way of the underdogs here.
Absolutely. More positives indeed. You know, try and get forZe on that AWP, maybe get Senator firing up on that secondary orb if they want to try and go for it once they get the economy going. But you've got to think for SG Pro, right? Like, this is an opportunity to kind of just go out of the gates absolutely firing. You know, this is a great opportunity. Again, it's another derby for them. An opportunity to try and get into that winners bracket, because SG Pro have been here for 3 different weeks in Malta Vibes. They've never made playoffs, Jay.
It's time to change that motion, and that motion is going to start right here. Although the odds and our great partners at LootBet are going to suggest that forZe are the victors here. If you want to take advantage of the odds you see on screen, you can go to the link in the banner underneath the Twitch channel. Take advantage of our offer of 100 free euros on your deposit plus 10 free CSGO spins, only at our betting partners of LootBet. Here's the pistol. Here is the utility for Alma's. No diffuse kit for SG Pro. forZe's not bought anything, actually. He's going in completely blind. No Kevlar, no utility, no kit. USP's out for D-Ray. Is going to take that first base to get shut down immediately. Actually, Power Fame comes up with 2 headshots, though. Still holding contention on for a triple, perhaps, but unable to land the heads as the flashbang keeps him blind, forces him off position. Refaces for his 3rd headshot. On for the quadra, not quite against Almazev. A 3-on-2 chance brought by this player with CT's moving into backup at, the jungle connector and CT positions, but Almazev gets a 3K of his own. Senator suddenly left alone here towards the ticket booth. A rotation going to get brought out by Almazev. He's going to start swinging as the P2K takes his firefight, gives up his position. Flit's going to go ahead for the plant. He'll check this corner and the cross opened up, and Almazev gets 4 frags to kick things off for forZe.
Oh, what an instant response coming out from forZe. We see Fame getting a fantastic triple piece. He gets so many kills out from that stairs area. And from there, the T's are just able to overwhelm. Ailmazer gets 4 fantastic kills. They're able to deal with the defensive players relatively easily just with one-on-one aim duels. And forZe, I've got to be honest there, I thought Fame was going to be able to lock down that round all by himself.
Rebuy coming through here. Rush tactic, as you mentioned. Mac 10's out. forZe not wasting any time with this. Force out from SG Pro. They're going to be completely blind now. Dead to the hands. forZe holds out for only 1 frag. Jerry, who will trade him in the end on Senator's part. So Scout still left towards the back line, firing away, not landing tags, not landing shots, not landing kills. And going to concede that bomb plant in the bomb site to the T-side forces. The main issue is going to be D-Ray on the flank here for the forZe camp. He gets out 1 frag and 2, actually. They couldn't account for this, so 2-on-2 scenario. This is still workable. Fame jumps in, takes that frag. P250 out now. 11 HP for D-Ray. Pistol v pistol, and XC Power is just going to clutch here. An expensive round for forZe, but a force buyback from SG Pro, so no follow-up investment to try and break the economy.
What was that? They always do it to us. They always do it to us. SG Pro going in for a very uncharacteristic force buy in round 3. And I think they realized the fact that because they took 4 players down, that maybe they can just try and hurt the economy even more for the T side. But this is something that I'm not really a massive fan of.
SMG close. RU5 going to get overwhelmed already. Dead to the hands of the T side. This time they're going to clear out all angles, make sure that no second opportunity will present itself towards short. Scouts out. Taps up against Jared to do damage, but they've got to save their weapons. They put so much into this round. They're already forced off the bomb site. This is already going to be a 3rd here for forZe. D-Ray will get 1 exit frag, at least to farm some cash, but nothing will be given up to the man here as the T's fall back, knowing that they have control of the site and knowing that SG Pro don't have time for a retake here.
I'll tell you what, the B-side X's have actually been very impressive coming out from the forZe side. The flashbangs of what's been the most vital element. There's been so many players. The 2 defenders of B consistently in this round and in the last, just being completely blind for quite some time. Oh, a lot of damage being done again, so very much limiting the economy from the forZe side. But it is a 3-0 lead up for the T's. And you've got to think now, with a buy like this, surely they're not going to force again. But they are. Okay.
All right. Nice and effective.
I many set pieces.
AKs.
Just so many. We've seen 2 in the last round. Now it's going to be a 3rd set piece.
AKs versus a couple of M4s. Definitely forZe have the better buy here. Another force back from Senator and RU Fire in particular. So much money being pumped into these rounds by SG Pro, and they're not coming out with anything for it. They have to go for an eco at some point, and if they get wiped out here, this is going to be their opportunity. As you mentioned, set pieces coming in, the smokes up, ready to go. Over to connect to jungle stairs, and probably CT. Is that smokes up for that? There's a player that's in the rough CT positioning, but he's not actually aiming for it at the moment. They're waiting for aggression here from SG Pro. They're expecting someone to make their way out and try to take a firefight, which they will win. And now the smokes come through. Here they are. 3 pieces of utility flashes over. I think there's a gap in that smoke towards connector. It might be a chance to swing in. Fame out from Sandwich, though. Gets that one frag. Almaza finds himself a trade. Nades on, trying to do some damage. Almaza and Xe are very tagged up. The headshots still come through as D-Ray gets domed. And there's one player still close at the danger box. In a 4-on-3 scenario, RU Fire could make all the difference. The scouts tapping up as the smoke start to clear. And they haven't got the bomb to the bomb site just yet. This has taken a long time here for forZe. They're in sight, but they're playing passive.
They're waiting for Power to make a play. If he starts to work his way in through Con, he can start to shut down this defense. RU Fire's in a perfect position to get shut down from Con, and this round's pretty much all but over. RU Fire's last one left, 1-on-3. Power should be able to take him down. This should be an easy kill, and it's actually going to be Jerry that steals away in the end. But for forZe, I tell you what, a team that often, you know, I would say for most, not most rounds, but they do run a lot of site executions rather than defaults, but to have 3 in a row is certainly not something that you expect. Another force buy coming out for SG Pro. This is 4 forces in a row, Jay.
I don't get it. I don't know why they're doing this. I mean, they had the double orbs, sure, but 1 M4 for Fame? For Masters SMG? I mean, the economy's in a wreck. So, like, I understand if they're just like, let's just buy our way out of the pit we've dug ourselves into and try to see if we can fix it in the end. But you're going to have to get an eco at some point here, guys. SG Pro. So passive at the moment, suppressed by the standard sets of utility coming in for the default players for forZe. 3 players over on this B bomb site. The bomb hasn't committed there just yet, but Apartment's faces are coming through, and this time they win the man advantage on CT side.
A great kill coming out from D-Ray, and it's certainly been a while since SG Pro have been able to find it open. I think the last time was probably that pistol with Fame. And forZe up. Now, with complete mid-control, they've got options here, and that's a great response. That's catching off RU Fire getting aggressive in the apartments and allowing a man advantage or a 4-on-4 to come back in favor of the forZe side.
Good shot from Xe, turning it back around. Fame comes up against the bomb plant and looks for a second kill. He gets it, but a double face in allows Fit to get the trade. 2-on-2, bomb plant secured. And all in all, I think forZe are at the advantage. Yes, they don't have an AWP to take long-range duels, but D-Ray's not in a position to use it. If he was on short, fair play. For Master Senator is going to be the main thing to get onto the bomb site. No kits either for these 2 individuals here. D-Ray's got to set up a flashbang, allow Senator to start peeking in, and Incendiary back towards Firebox. Swing out comes through from Flit. He loses his fight, so it's all left to Jerry. Bomb's still open for him. I think he might be there at the ramp position. This is best place to be right now. Tapping and sticking. Senator going to get swung upon. There's the kill. There's the round. No way D-Ray can get to this in time. He's going to fall back out position, save his AWP, and forZe will get to 5 on T side.
Now, I've got an important question for you, Jay. Are you ready?
Go on.
Are we going to see another force?
Surely not at this stage. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is going on? What is going on?
5. No, hang on. They lost pistol. So, yeah, this is going to be the 5th round in a row that they're forced. What? I've never seen this from SG Pro. We've casted them a handful of times. No, we've had a bit of experience with this team. I've never seen them constantly forcing. And
to be fair, this is the best play they've had all game so far. So, you know, no SMGs, full rifles, M4s across 3 players, limited utility, but, you know, in terms of the weapon for advantage, that's fine. And consider the amount of progress they've made here in these SMG and sort of like weird force by rounds. And think about what they could do if they had the full M4s, the double orb setup out. You know, like that's what I'm thinking. Is like SG Pro, just take a knee for a moment. Let one of these rounds go. Build your money to a decent extent and get a full bite in and take some rounds on your boards.
Absolutely. I mean, Kise actually pushing in front of that molly to try and get a connect to pick, and once again the opening man advantage. Oh, a second shot coming out from Kise. And so far so good from SG Pro, but for forZe, they're making their way into the bomb site.
Found an advantage, found a way in. One player left, however, in Jerry. He's finding himself a kill on Fame and a second on D-Ray, but tagged to 8 HP. He left out of this one. Kise gets 3, and the rotation back from the Beast bomb site towards A and CT spawn. There you go, SG Pro. Took a while to get there. Lost 3 players for it, so the buy here is still going to be looking a bit scrappy from the CT camp. And the rifles should come back in full force here for forZe.
I'm actually thinking about a half buy by the looks of it. Okay, they've got an AWP out. So they've just got an AWP out for Axie, and they're just sort of half buying for the rest of them. Bit of a weird money line for the T side.
Axie's down to 1100 while his teammates are buying to about a 2k float at best. Face rack on 1.6 on a single round loss bonus.
Yeah,
what is going on here? Both teams are just deciding, yeah, let's just go weird on the money line, see how far we can go with this, and just meme the hell out of this match. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. forZe currently still a handful of rounds in the lead, going for their execution towards the B site once again. It is Kise first of fall. 2 attack 9. And the second orb that can be gained here. Faceback going to cut off rotations from Connector, but they're all out in market here. 3 players stacked in from the market door entrance. Awkward spray from Fame does not connect any damage. He is low. RU-Fire looking for his way in. Sees 2 tanks, 1. AWP faced in, dealt with all the same. Re-picked up by Flick, dealt with by RU-Fire. Triple kill as they offer themselves to him one by one around the corner. Facecrack gets 1 pick back. Tech9 tapping. The AWP misses his shot though. Jerry still turns it in, but 18 HP for Fame. He'll just stay alive and just get the second in for the CT side.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Now, if they got a bomb plant, they would have certainly had a great amount of money to work in the next round. Not a great amount, but they would have been able to get a buy-in. Yeah, this is just... I don't know what's going on with the economy game at the moment. It's just... It seems like for both teams that they're trying to keep the economy low from one another, because a lot of these rounds have been very close. And what is easier than close is obviously getting onto hellcase.com. Got a couple of codes for you guys to use at home. MaltaV and MaltaV15 and get a little bit of a cash in your pocket and a 15% refill bonus. And forZe going into round number 8 with a full buy. So someone must have dropped Exi Power and AWP. Double AWPs though coming out for the city side.
One SMG to limit them. The buy here from the T side looks so bare bones. Lack of head Kevlar for Jerry and Khalil, and utility out for Flit, Almaza, and Exi. 3 flashes and a smoke between them. And that's why I criticized that buy from the previous round, because you saw how many times forZe went for set pieces and how successfully they were able to make those work. And here we are with a much more awkward stance here on the actual proper rifle rounds. A minute to go. They have established mid control. The bait and switch from the short position may force the AWP shot. He takes the fight against 1 player in Connector. And the AWP of Exi refuses to hold the angle, expecting a ticket booth play instead. Evading that flash, but not seeing any further face inwards here. They spread out and look towards the short control as well. forZe being very slow about this. Finally, first bit comes in from Facecrack onto Fame, expecting more players towards Dark. In sandwich is where they'll play to. Kise drops M4 still here. Jerry's got to check this corner. Awkward spray, gets that frag. Doesn't drop the bomb. They have access to the site, and forZe still force the issue.
And even for Senator, he's going to be hurt at B from Flit. So straight away, they know exactly where this AWP is. There's no way he's going to be able to hold on to this AWP. Flit.
Eco.
Easy kill. Yeah, please.
Eco.
Listen to
please,
Jay here.
Eco. Please, Eco. SG Pro, please, Eco. Come on, guys. Let's see.
I don't know what we're watching. I gotta be honest, Jay. We've been casting CS in Tier 2 region for what? About 3 years now. I don't think I've ever seen a matchup where both teams have just been constantly forcing. More so just SG Pro. But why are they forcing here? Like, why are they actually forcing?
I'm gonna take a flight to Russia and smack some sense to these kids. Like, what the hell is this?
I don't understand.
What? What? Oh my god, SG Pro.
They could have got a complete full buy in the next round if they just did good.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, think about what you could do with the rifles. AK's out for face crack here, going straight in towards Connector, Senator, and D-Ray full. Kisei with the scout. Fame gets one, he's traded. Kisei with a good headshot on one man, and a second kill. They slow face towards that, but eventually he'll go down. So damage done here with the SMGs and the scout. Awkwardly catching off 4 players, and they could line up for RU Fire if they're not careful. Is this one lone MP9 going to win the round for SG Pro? Surely they wouldn't let that happen.
Surely not. Surely this should not be a round going the way of the CT side. And the AWP of XE Power is not going to miss that. And Jay, would you like to just tell him again? Do you want to just
Eco. Guys, please, Eco. You got so much damage done with SMGs and a scout in that last round. Think about what you could do with M4s and double AWP setup.
That is the crazy thing, is that when they've got the M4s up, when they've got the double AWPs or the single AWP in play, they've looked so damaging. They're going to do it again, guys. Please. Do you not understand economy?
Please, I'm begging you, just do something sensible for once.
What is going on?
I can't. Like, I can't.
This is just, it just makes no sense. It really doesn't. SG Pro, I don't know why they keep forcing.
I mean, the scout has got the first tag on the AWP, which is something, but look at the aggression coming in to respond from him, and they know he's there. Utility out. Taken out, second kill coming in for Jerry and double up towards the ramp position, and it's fallen apart this time for realsies. SG Pro wrecked here by the T side oncoming force up. AWP seeing the last player, Flick comes in to deal with him. And now confident rounds are going the way of the T side, 8-2, SG Pro.
Okay, this doesn't look to be a complete force, I don't think. Because RU Fire is down to
yeah. Okay, this is acceptable. This is fine. This is a
we don't mind this. Yeah, we think this is okay. Look, the reason they're forcing now, I don't know the exact reason, but what I'm thinking about, because these rounds have been so close, they realize the fact that if they can just win one of those forces, they're gonna break the T-side economy. But at the same time, you need to be looking at your economy rather than your opposition, especially when you're down 2-8.
Much more passive from forZe since, lo and behold, they're expecting a force buy. You know?
Like, you've got to think for Jerry. He's like, no, there's no way they're forcing again. There's just no way. And then it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And they just don't know when a force buy is coming or when an eco is coming. Because I believe that this is the first eco that SG Pro have taken this matchup. When they probably needed to take like 3 or 4 maybe.
I mean, the first eco by technicality, this is a half buy, okay?
Yeah, in saying that, that's true.
Face crack, gonna open things up on the short position, trying to keep his eyes on Connector in case anyone's facing him from the A bomb site. Doesn't see anyone there. 3 players in total, gonna start leaning in, take a fight. He can't find. And 50 seconds on the clock. forZe have gained the man advantage, obviously the weapon advantage to their favor as well. Very carefully played and passive control from the defaults here. They are running out of time. They're going to have to go for a hit in the end. And this is where the half-buy can thrive, obviously, with the Eagles out. Killed to come in the bomb plant at the last second, but Fame is going to be isolated to the A-bomb site. Pushed up over at ramp. RU Fire. Full Senator comes up. He's dead. B-site's open. Bomb plant can be secured. And this is going to be a 9th uncontested here on forZe.
And you've got to think for SG Pro, they're thinking, right, did we kind of get the best map for us in this veto? I mean, Mirage statistically, and the way I looked at the matchup was thinking, okay, this could be a pretty decent one for SG Pro. Even just taking a tactical to go, guys, right, okay, you know, we've made some silly mistakes. We need to be able to get on top of this. Run the double AWPs on Senator and Kisei. Let's just see if they can find some impact. Now, forZe have really changed up their style. We saw for maybe 4 or 5 rounds, we just saw set pieces over and over again. Now they're working these defaults, and they're very successful in a lot of like catching rotators and just finding opening picks.
So, fun factoid, this is the first true rifle v rifle round in this matchup, okay? Like, SG Pro have
the full
finally
complete
got
one,
AWPs,
yeah.
M4s in round 12, okay? Like, let's set that little scene for you all. And they are going to lose that opening pick on the AWP. Aggressive towards the mid control. Kisei will drop. M4 of Fame. Senator going to reface with his own orb. Get the trade back onto Flip. Fame will also swing out. See face crack. Get that headshot. And SG Pro again the man advantage. This is why I wanted them to eco, to get the rifles out and do the damage and get good control that could actually win you rounds here. Trades are coming in. That nade on Jerry, though, should take him down. And now Almaza and Exi, last two players out around. Flashbang in, catching the orb of a blind. Double up can't come through, though, and the bomb's been dropped in the open. It's all Exi with his orb 1-on-2. Couldn't make the jump cross sandwich. Does peek in, trying to see are you fire or D-Ray. Looks up, lands a leg shot. Does not get any more than that. And SG Pro with their third on the CT board.
And just look what happens when they don't force and they actually get a full buy-in. They're successful. We saw the AWP, at least one of the AWPs being very successful. Kisei was taken out pretty much immediately in the round. And Senator and Fame working together out through both short and that connector position. Okay, that's more like it. SG Pro, they've got to use this advantage now and think, right, okay, we're running the double AWPs again. We need to find some impact. We can't let forZe get to double digits before we get to this second half.
Boost up straight in for the first contact, first shot, first kill. Favor of XC Power. Molotov's coming through as the CT side force back, and D-Ray gets Almaza next. M4 to a 4-on-4 through the smoke, predicting it well. And now the forZe defaults are looking a little bit more suspect compared to the confidence plays we saw in previous rounds. Flip. Down towards Min, you can hear those footsteps. M4 drops in. You fire didn't see him. They do tag Flip back, and Fame gets the trade in the end. But now the hit comes through towards the A bomb site. Jerry gets a kill. He's going to get traded by Fame again. 2K to his name. Low HP to a 2-on-2. And a bomb plant can be secured at this stage. If a little bit risky, but face crack. Look at how far he's going to regress. Did Senator see him? I think he did. The timing is everything. Senator has no idea. The bomb goes down. The AWP drops out. M4 for Fame. Flashed out, completely blind. XC swings for the kill. And the 10th for forZe.
Oh, the timing on that was ridiculous. Senator, oh man, you got to feel for him. You really got to feel for him. Checking that jungle angle, and they're not even ecoing for 15. They're forcing the issue right here. No kits, pretty much no utility, no incendiaries, a FAMA, 3 FAMAs, and 2 M4s, mate. I don't know if these guys think it's a joke. I don't know what's going on, but this is ridiculous. This should not be happening, and I'm not sure why SG Pro keep forcing.
I mean, I understand the logic behind it, because obviously, you know, trying to go to overtime is difficult, but I'd say trying to go to the last round is difficult, but obviously it's the first half. It's, you know,
yeah,
round 15. And again, you saw what they could do with the rifles compared to the force buy. So it's like, you know, like, just think about the opportunity available to SG Pro. I'm not sure whether they're just not seeing it or whether they're just not considering it in general, and they just went into this match thinking we'll go force buy. And to be fair, it's working out pretty well for them so far. They've got a number of good picks, but the AWP responds to a 1-on-1. The bomb is back at T-spawn though, and Fame's about to find it. So he's got to take this fight directly. AK versus AWP, and the AWP scoping in. See the man taking him down. XC clutches it, and the money is broken for round 15.
And you're absolutely right. Like, they've made these rounds really close, but they just have not been able to get that extra hurdle into a round victory. Fame's been putting up crazy numbers. 21 kills and 12 deaths. Unbelievable stuff's coming out from the rifle of this SG Pro side. And it's kind of crazy that he's got 21 kills when they've won 3 rounds.
Think of the rounds that could have been.
I know. I keep thinking about it.
XC, a frag on the first. Face crack falls, and the M4 transfers the spray to XC next. And ADAP thinking there's going to be aggression, but no, he's going to get forced to fall back. So 4-on-4 situation. SMG bursting in. Jerry gets that frag on RU fire. And D-Ray falls next to Fame and Senator. Last 2 players, both players stacking up the B bomb site. I think they heard those footsteps. I think that they know that they're all stacked up here. So just push the bomb in towards the A site. Get a plant, get around, secure 12-3 to close the half.
Senator and Fame splitting between one another. Fame going over towards A bomb site, leaving Senator at that bench position at B. And forZe have slowed it right down. They're just waiting for an over-aggression, waiting for a CTs to extend too far and just get taken down for it and punished. You've got to think that, especially with a player already starting to walk out B, that they'll just hit this B bomb site and flit. This should be an easy kill, and there it is. Round's pretty much over now.
Yeah, Fame alone. They have access to B, they have a plum plant towards B, there's no way the Flame can deny it. There's a chance for a retake, but the slimmest one if I ever saw it. Not a lot of HP, no utility, no defuse kit, obviously. Through Murder Hole, he does check Flip, but only doing the damage. Flip gets the kill, 3k to his name. 12-3 on the T side half for forZe, and it could have been so much closer, Blake. You know, like certainly SG Pro will be thinking about, you know, we'll certainly have to take a consideration of how they really approach this, because my God, that was an abysmal CT side, and it didn't have to be that way. You know, it really didn't.
No, it didn't. It came down to more.
Look at those numbers. Yeah. Look at the numbers on the SG Pro side, right? And think about
think about that one.
Think about those numbers as well. Oh Jesus. Yeah, we don't have a lot of faith, and neither do our betting partners at Lootbet have a lot of faith in SG Pro right now. But like, you just take a look at those numbers and think to yourself, they could have won rounds like that, but just the forcing was just so unnecessary.
No, it really was, and it comes down to their own mistakes, honestly. The fact that they forced so many rounds, they had to force at least 10 in 15 rounds. It's just ridiculous. And even for forZe, they're like stacking up with these B-bombs. Like, they've got 2 players to wrap in quickly from the underpass position, and they're even starting to sandwich them in.
Lexi Power, that opening kill with the half, taking out the first of RU Fire. Deagle up mid. Oh, Fame's going to get dealt with on the rotation. They're going to go back through underpass, though. They know that the underpass control was there. Do they think they left the CT up here, or do they think they've all just fallen out of position? And it looks like they're just going to commit straight towards the mid area. And Xe is watching up from top mid for any more presence. Will he hear the footsteps? Will he call the info? Will he see the jump? He will. That's a transfer to the headshot. Nice and simple for him. And that is another kill for the big fragger of the forZe camp. 2-on-5 situation right now. SG Pro are really pushed up against the ropes here.
Yeah, there's really not much that they can do. Maybe see if they can get a couple of kills. Bomb plant is probably not going to be even thinking about 1-on-5. D-Ray, he's just got so much to do. He's got a smoke, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't have much else to work with. forZe looking to put 13 up. And Jay, I hoped that this derby would not be as an annihilation as that first one was between Avez and Honorous. And I tell you what, it seems like it's delivering a very similar pattern.
Bomb out. Oh, Sherry! Honestly, do you know what? They deserve that. They deserve that. Yeah. Just straight up. 13-3, pistol forZe. I'm guessing a force buy will come through from SG Pro, like...
Ah, it's gotta be, right? Yeah, of course. Gotta think so.
Are they seriously gonna eco here?
Oh, no way.
Are they seriously gonna eco? Oh my God. Oh my God.
They've learnt economy.
Only took you 17 rounds. Jesus Christ, guys.
Oh, wow. I gotta be honest, I thought that they were gonna force straight away going into this round, but look, they're trying to play the long game. They're just waiting for aggression. You can see them all stacked up in the sort of T-Spawn, T-steps around that TV area. But forZe, I mean, even look at this crossfire. They've got 3 players out to mid.
Set with the AWP. AWP for Xe, by the way.
Yeah.
On second round of the half. First shot. Kill comes out from D-Ray. Face better to try and trade it. Finds RU Fire as well. The kills coming in for the CT camps, but a little bit of damage done. 3 versus 2. Face in. Now dead. It's all left to D-Ray. And he gets another good frag for his own right. So again, Pistol's able to do damage here on the eco rounds. The question is... no, he's not going to be able to get that next frag. So rifles recovered. AWP from us, 14-3 for forZe, and now the rifles come out from SG Pro. See, this is what you get when you eco, guys. You know, if you were doing that for the first half, you might not have ended up 12-3 down.
forZe, yeah, I mean, even that knife kill that came in the pistol gave Xe power and AWP pretty much straight away, so they can be happy that they recover it with a round victory. But into 18, it is going to be the full buy coming out for SG Pro, something that we haven't said quite often. But AKs across the board, and you've got to think this is a really good chance to at least put some, you know, some rounds on the board, make some damage possible. Again, very heavy mid stack coming out for the CTs.
Same for SG Pro, 3 players to just meet him. AK's moving in from M4. M4 takes contact, drops that bomb, he saw it as well. D-Ray gets a trade back, and look at how close Flip wants to play. Straight up against Fame, he's walked right past him. Oh! Midst of the smoke, he's gonna sneak in, get Jerry down. Face crack also falls. They haven't got bomb, however, and Flit could play linchpin. Does Kisei read this? Will he check position? No, he's gonna take that fight towards short instead. Suppressed away by Almaza. Backing up Flit in this context. A counter flank coming in towards the sniper's nest where Fame could find his way on, but Flit's repositioned again. This guy could be everything for the CT side. If his backup stays in, Fame's got no idea. This is a frag into the bomb site. Quick kill, turns around and doubles up for it as well. Makes it a triple with the FAMAS against AKs. D-Ray left alone, and the odds are against him.
Oh, Flit, big man Flit, the way that he works away around connector, works around the utility, and they have absolutely no idea he's there towards stairs. They've cleared it out twice, 3 times, never saw him once. And now D-Ray got to pick up that bomb in the middle of the A bomb site on just 22 points of health. And Jay, it looks as if forZe are going to go up 15 rounds. Outmaze spot him out towards connector, and they don't need a pick. They don't need a fight. 15-3. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just Flit, man. Unbelievable hold.
I love how patient he played as well. He snuck into connector, snuck up to stairs, took this face at the right place, at the right time, isolated the 1v1s. What a play from Flit. Like, he deserves every credit in the world for him. And this is going to be a justifiable force buy from SG Pro. 2 AKs, 3 Galils. Would hope for a set piece at this stage. And do you remember in the pre-game where we said if there's one map that SG Pro could upset forZe on, it would be Mirage, right? Like,
yeah, I remember that.
How stupid do we look now, you know?
Yeah. Wow, this is just blow my mind, this map. Now, forZe, you've got to think, close it out here and there. There's only just a single flashbang up for the T side. Now, they have got a player of Kisei into Windows. This is an opportunity to work with the map control they've found.
And with the Galil watching Kisei backstab, this could be the opportunity here for SG Pro. Someone going to check it though. I think someone was looking towards market. Face in, AK taps up. Yeah, Flit's going to check this angle and he gets the spray. A difficult spray to land. A small pixel worth of a gap there in the window, I should say. And a 5-on-4 scenario, favor, of course, to the CT side. Damage done to Xe, caught off guard by Fame, actually. A swing in perfect timing towards the palace area. That opens up the A bomb site here.
Jerry's going to be unknown, quite aggressive in Palace, which could potentially try and deny a bomb plan, depending on how slow they are to getting this down. They actually don't really have a great idea of information that the T's have already opened up A. There's still 2 players on B. Now they're starting to rotate in. Oh, Jerry's heard it. He knows the info now.
Fame plant, Jerry swing. Kill comes out a little bit after the plant there. 3 versus 3 scenario though. Are you fired? Jumps up, gets the no-scope. Amazon Flick trying back in. That's until last man standing. And very quickly the AKs of the CT side will clean it up. 16-3. forZe are done here. And SG Pro, man, I am well disappointed with that performance. That could have been so
What we do here is go back. What we do here is go back.
One was Exodus Power getting completely caught out, and the knife round won by Avez, which is, I assume they're going to start on the CT side, which is, yeah, they are going to choose the CT side, of course, because it is slightly easier. The rotations between A and B are very fast to make, and you can get some very aggressive peaks towards, for instance, B short, which is one of my favorite if you hurry that one up, or the connector put. He has so many good flanks pushes as a CT. You can make a lot of off angles, especially towards the toilets, that are hard to clear out. So I am expecting a very good series, and I also expect them to go to a third one. The odds have been shown by LootBet, our partner. The odds for forZe are, well, they definitely favor forZe, though Avez have a way higher win rate on this map. So honestly, I would say with Avez starting on the CT side, is that series?
That could be serious.
I think that's they always do map though, but if that was for the map, that I would say a value back for Avez. It does look very solid there on their map choice.
Yeah, no, very upset player when you see the side up from forZe. Looking for a bit of a good execution. Good access to power, a bit of noise utilization, clearing toilets. Not getting any further push from Avez, and any fire rotation towards connector as well. He wants to get a pick as well. Rotation away, he will, because the forZe
is going to lose that duel from close range with the P250, and the rotations towards A have been cut off. That means, wait, they're going to go back towards the B site here with the flank. No, they only have one checking out connector. Never mind, they're going to go towards that A site. XC power is getting way too much space, and we have a flanker towards Heaven coming through as well in the B site flank. They're holding it off nicely, and now it's all on Kyler and Kay, but they do have a defuse kit on their back. Almazer, close range fight against Kyler, does fall back, which is gonna mean he has to be careful for the crossfire of Kay. Nice shot from Kyler. And they need to get rid of Flit because the last player is towards CT, but it is gonna get shut down. Flit with the double kill, and forZe securing round number 1.
forZe got a bit happy there with that round. We saw them pushing a bit closer into bank, playing positions where they can't really be traded. That round, however, all on XC powers back. You know, that's a great opening. The follow-up push as well, getting that defuse kit dropped, as well as preventing another player on the rotation. It prevents any push to come back down. It allowed his teammates to get into connector, so they could only come up from CT. And Avez, pretty much shut down by that push from XC power there. As we will see them force up with scouts, though. I believe that's scouts and deagles. By that, we see fairly commonly on train, a map that Avez love. We'll have to wait and see what they can get done with it. Will be a fast smoke towards toilets coming out from forZe as well as they take water control. Looking to maybe capitalize off it on this B site.
Yeah, it's triple scout. I think triple scout on this map is not really that warranted. I mean, as you said, on train, it does make a lot of sense. Very long angles, but for instance, on the B site, these angles are pretty close. You have one player heaven. You most of the time. Nice flash coming over. FaceCrack gets pushed back. Bialy gets a kill onto Flit, and they shut down FaceCrack. So that's a man advantage in for Avez right now, with forZe pretty much set on that B bomb site, but Bialy falling all the way back. This could be pretty dangerous for them. Luckily enough, they were not able to recover any rifle from the forZe lineup, but it is going to be a slow push coming in. Nice smoke placement, but Naurot just peeks wide and Jerry takes him down. Rotations should be coming in from that A site of Avez. It's all on Bialy right now. Can he get a good headshot with the scout, or at least tag him low?
You need to remember, these scouts, they need to be given some respect. It's actually a fast push coming white. Kylan no scoping onto Jerry's head there. A great opening for Avez. And again, these scouts, they need to be shown respect, you know? It is a two-shot kill body. Something similar to what these AKs can do, actually, against no armor. So they really, really have to be careful as these scouts start to ring out. So spam coming through from XSC, or from XSC Power's teammates. Alamosa tries to pull any attention away from him. Bialy, though, shifting forward. That is made. XSC Power finds the first. Slimer finds the second. XSC Power finds the third. And the retake completely shut down by forZe there. Fairly clean rounds after, well, bar the two players they lost at the start. They're able to hold on to the AKs. It will be Mac 10s again from Jerry and FaceCrack, as forZe make it 2.
This should be a pretty straightforward round. Maybe a couple of P250s, unless forZe make a really bad play. They should be able to rake in a lot of cash with the triple Mac 10s. That means most likely they'll be taking those Mac 10s into the next round, because you don't want to upgrade to 3 AKs after you've just bought a bunch of Mac 10s, and they'll just mainly use it as a buffer round. However, that is if they don't lose too many plays. Kyler gets 2 in the short position, and that is, well, luck. Unfortunately for them, only the 2 Mac 10s, but Kyler just peeks in wide, drops the bomb on the site, and that is an 8K down. Jerry is close. There's one in towards connector. Kyler, he needs to ace clutch this to win the round, but with the limited weaponry on the side of Avez, 7-3 for Kyler so far, and a very nice round. Unfortunately, we're not able to turn this one around, but a lot of economic damage dealt to the forZe squad.
Absolutely, and honestly, that was really clean from Avez to get 3 kills there, even though they had just pistols. Well, for Kyler to get 3 kills there, it prevented forZe from really playing the economic game. We do see they do have a lot of money. It's 5.8 on XSC Power, but there are many players, you know, Flit only has 300. So this sort of aggressive buy that allowed them to get these kills worked out perfectly for them. Marcos as well, aggressing with that orb. You know, you see that Avez, even though they've got the round disadvantage, they're hungry for it. Marcos going to find XSC Power. Flit looking to aggress on short. He's ate a nade for his trouble already. And Avez on this buy round really kickstarting themselves into a great position.
Yeah, especially Marcos going for the repeat towards a ramp and actually winning that duel against XSC Power. So the first op duel has been won by Avez, but they still have to hold on against this B push. They do prefer so far the B site on forZe, but they're now spreading out. They need to clear out all these angles though, because they have no idea how far Avez pushed. Luckily for them, Avez are playing very defensive on towards their sites, with Kyler peeking out long, it seems, behind the truck, and it's going to take a while before forZe have actually cleaned out everything so they can get close enough towards the site. I assume they are going to go for a boost, though, to scout out what's going on.
Quite an aggressive position from Marcos as well. He needs to be careful. If he gets overwhelmed, he's just going to be forced back into the corner, and Kyler, he's going to have to turn his attention away from long to support him. Actually, he's going to aggress further into toilets, as Flit will take him down, having picked up his fallen teammate's orb. The execution about to be kickstarted now. Smokes go down. 25 seconds left now. And Kyler just sitting in the smoke, actually. He's not going to lead the charge. He'll spam into that smoke, hoping to find something, but laser through the smoke will find the head of Kyler. That's a great opening, as Jerry will find Bialy as well. That nade's going to do a bit of damage as well. Now we're able to trade onto FaceCrack, but it goes into a 2 versus 3. Avez going to have to retake against this fairly well dug in position from forZe, as But now we're going to spot that player jump spotting as well. Get that first player. Okay, he's going to fall. It's all on Narwhal. He's playing amazingly on train. Can he transfer it onto overpass? He chooses not. He picks up that AK and he looks to go and save. Beautiful execution from forZe there, able to get that opening pick onto the site despite having a man disadvantage.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, especially Kyla getting shot through the smoke. I mean, by the way, just out of curiosity, have you seen, not that it has anything to do with this round, of course, but have you seen that video floating around on YouTube about the bugs, the smoke bugs, where they change a file in the folder and you literally don't see a smoke pop up anymore?
Wow. No, I haven't. That's actually game breaking.
Yeah, there are actually wall hacks possible if you edit one of the game files and it doesn't get picked up by the anti-cheat.
Wow. Okay. Well, any team using that definitely going to have an advantage. We're going to see a boost come forward from Avez actually with this AK in the hands of Narwhal. Flash going to go off, push him out of position as he'll be able to find Flip. That's a nice opening using that AK that's been saved to its full potential.
That was a very quick and nice peek from Narwhal. And again, they get the man advantage. However, they had one last round. Who did not get the tag onto the Opera. That was scary, of course. The moment that you see that big green gun peek around the corner, you're terrified because you need to fall back ASAP.
Absolutely. And I think that Kyler is knowledgeable of the fact that he's lucky to get away with his life. That Deagle and Scout gonna swing right next to Steam Power. Gonna spot the player jumping across. He will be legged down by that Scout. Gonna see Marcos there in the base setup, hiding in toilets, waiting for the push to come into his awaiting arms. That smoke from his teammate as well, trying to sell the fake, making them think that toilets is clear. As the execution onto safe side comes out from forZe, however, this time Avez are ready. The stack is in position. Alamazer finds Marcos to open it up. Follow-up push from FaceCrack though, as he pushes up to that site. He'll be that point of contact. As looks like he'll just chuck that molly down straight away. Kyla's going to find Jerry as well. However, FaceCrack finds one, K finds one, Kyla trades as well. Kyla, USP finds Ecstasy Power, and Avez get their first round. 4-1, forZe lead off the back of a great 3K from Kyla there.
And again, Kyla has to go big. I mean, he's been going big so far this entire game. What is his scoreline? 10-1-4. Yeah, they've 5 rounds in. Not too bad for the CT side defense, but it is going to be a couple more of those hero plays needed to win it, because they need to win this round. Otherwise, you're going to be pushed. Well, they will have a nice solid buy next round. forZe, however, do need to be very careful. They only have a little bit of extra cash on XSC power. And if they win this, they need to make it a reasonably clean one. Otherwise, you're looking at a pretty dangerous run of events for forZe. Can Avez get that man advantage again? Marcos gets stacked pretty low, though, with the op. Tried to go for the monster peak, and it did not pan out as well as he liked. He did get the damage in onto Flit, but... Oh, FaceCrack just spots out Kyla, who immediately throws a nade and falls back.
Yeah, I like what Avez are doing right now. They're playing for information, and once they have it, rather than fight for it, they just fall on back. You know, Marcos, he did lose a bit of HP aggressing in Monster, but the follow-up as well from Kyla. Like, he made contact, he fell back, he made it known that he fell back, and now we see him regressing in towards, I believe that's called Get Right. As he pokes the outside Guardian, he'll swing wide off his teammate's flash. We'll find FaceCrack dropping that smoke, and that'll allow him to get away. And there you go, that's what Avez need if they want to keep getting this man advantage. The trade isn't quite there. Bearing in mind, Marcos being very, very low, it means that he doesn't really count as a player, but that AWP is what is scary in his hands, not his HP. That one kill potential, or that one hit kill potential, it proves to be prevalent now.
On an Opera, it doesn't matter too much. If you miss your shot, you're dead anyway. However, a random nade on towards your angle could be detrimental to Marcos, especially with the position he's holding. Oh, that op shot got close. Kyla does fall back. And it does seem to be an A execute with the amount of info that they have. Or are they going to rotate towards B? They have very little time. 17 seconds. They're running the clock a little bit too low. Finally, they're heading towards the side. Leg coming through onto XC power. A lot of damage being dealt. There's going to be the spray down, and that is the round secured in favor of Avez. They will keep 2 players alive on their side. forZe will at least carry a couple of guns into the next round, so they'll go for another buy round. But that was That's just playing
That's
too long
scary.
with the time.
Yeah, scary to say the least for Avez there. forZe, those three kills they got, that site just melted towards the final closing seconds. If Kyler hadn't got that single kill, the only kill of that defense, by the way, was on the planter. forZe responded with 3 in kind for what Kyler was able to dish out. So I think Avez, even though they won the round, that must be a harsh reality check to both their economy and their confidence, as we'll see them able to buy up. But, you know, if they lose this, they're really going to be in a tough position. K, the only player with enough economy to support them. And XSC Power finding Marcos instantly isn't what you want to see.
That's a big gun just dropped right there, and forZe starting off with the man advantage. Kyla, they're trying to get a little bit of map presence, but look at their positioning. They have absolutely no one on A after Marcos got shut down, and forZe are pushing towards that A long area with Jerry pushing forward, peeking up above the flower bed to see if he can spot anyone out. It's a pretty clean sight for now. But how long is it going to last? Because they are rotating towards that A defense on the side of Avez, sacrificing the B.
Absolutely, and forZe going back around now. They've really changed up the tempo. They got that initial kill, and now they've just stopped. You see them rotating back down towards B. They cleared for any re-aggression towards A. Avez disciplined not to show it as they retake A site control. But forZe now, so 30 seconds left. They do prefer these late round executes. Narwhal has got his work cut out for him right now, as he does have to look to try and, well, secure this entire site against the incoming execution with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, they're running the clock down too short as well. They have to hurry up. If the bomb planter dies, it's probably going to be round over again, and that's exactly what they're waiting for. Now on site, waiting for that bomb plant to come in so he can peek in wide and shut him down. Spray comes through. He's going to whiff it so close, but he doesn't get rid of Jerry. The bomb plant has been secured. It is going to be a retake, and Avez, all of a sudden, they're crumbling all over the place. They need to take this site, but they have very excellent post plant on the side of forZe. Last man standing, gonna get flicked down by XSC's power, and that is 5 rounds for forZe. The economy of Avez, they could go for a small buy, but that is about it.
We'll take a look from our partners over at Hellcase. Hellcase is one of the biggest and most known case opening websites with almost 100 cases, updated case battle upgrader, dozens of giveaways, and absolutely more unique features. You won't get bored with Hellcase. Use promo code Malta5 and use that to save more and grab what you deserve.
I always like opening cases. Unfortunately, the Netherlands is not allowed.
That's actually heartbreaking. And more importantly, Avez now pushing down into Connector. Almeza gonna find Carlos open up. Yali, a nice little trade as well onto that with that Deagle to be able to pick up that AK and hopefully get back to save it. Face crack with party control might prevent him from falling out. However, now as he finds Flitz as well in Connector, that does really open up everything for Avez. Yali able to get out of Connector as well. Will allow him to get into toilets, and he might just spot this long push as it comes through as well, as the author will spawn. He didn't react though. XSC Power turning back around, finding Bialy. The push is known, okay? With this AWP, it's going to be that lone protector of the safe site. The smokes goes down, and scoping at the right time is all he needs. He'll find XSC Power. The swing comes forward. Face crack trading. 1 versus 2 now for Narwhal. He'll be able to pick up that AK, or actually that Deagle, as AK not quite found. There he does. There he goes. He finds that AK. 1 versus 2. He'll come up out of Connector. As forZe, the only advantage playing into Narwhal's power right now is forZe don't know where he is. As he shifts forward from toilets, he does have to clear so many angles before he can even consider getting onto the site. And this is a bit of a crossfire as well between Jerry and Face Crack.
Yeah, especially with no kit on his back, it's going to be really tough. He could flush out Face Crack. Nice shutdown. But with the bomb plant position, is he going to guess long? He is actually going to peek out long. But no kit, no defuse time, a round victory for forZe. It is looking pretty problematic for Avez, even though they did get the entire team wiped pretty much. But the fact that they are on the CT side, and it's not looking too great for them. Luckily, they will have a full buy this round and hopefully shut down forZe, who are otherwise getting a way too big of an economy to beat if they do not get shut down very soon.
Absolutely, and I think more importantly, Avez, they only had Deagles there. So the fact they're still able to do a number on forZe with Deagles kind of shows, even though the scoreline doesn't show it, this game's pretty close. You know, forZe have been winning rounds with 2 or 3 people remaining more times than not. Granted, they have had a few whitewash rounds, which has allowed them to build the economy, which has supported these takes. We can see a 4-man boost as well coming out from forZe. Unfortunately, they won't find anyone, and it's just heartbreaking when you see this boost and they don't find anyone, because, you know, takes a lot of effort to set up, and I'm really happy to see teams kind of normalize it.
Oh, but Heaven, there is one close to peaking. He does spot out the 4-man boost, but it is too late. Flit also gets another kill in connector, and that is a 2-man advantage for forZe, all of a sudden opening the advantage in their round. Yeah, this is problematic. Marcos is the only A defender so far. It does seem that they want to clear out connector, which is dangerous. Nice peek out wide from Marcus. Gets a kill, falls back, didn't lose too much HP, and Almeza accidentally almost grenades himself. Peek out wide, K and Nauro both chime in for a kill. So 2-on-2 situation. 1 on the A side, 1 on the B side for the defense of Avez, but it is Marcos on that op, and he has been, well, pretty weak so far. He's only on 2 kills right now. He needs to step up on this defense, otherwise they are in a world of hurt. They do have 2 flashes of Molly in the smoke, so they can at least clear out 1 angle, which is probably normally going to be bank. Molly the jump up, then it's going to be a 1 versus 2 peak.
Sure.
K is nowhere to be seen, so the rotation will never be on time.
Absolutely, Michaels. 10 seconds left. He has to realize longest possibility. That Molly's going to give it away. He'll find the first player. The plant comes down. It's a fake. A swing at the right time. However, Almeza able to take him down. He might just have a fraction of a second left, allowing him to get that plant. It'll go down. Almeza 9 HP against K on 100. Either a well-placed nade or a good push is all K needs. Almeza really needs to catch him off guard right now. Fortunately, he won't. K will take him down. He'll secure Avez their 3rd round, and I'd really like to highlight that push Avez had in Connector. Now what, he pushed upwards, allowing him to try and fight players on the top of Connector as the push came through towards A. What that allowed was Marcos to go in from the bottom of Connector to fight the flank that he knew was coming, but didn't have time to deal with it because of those players towards toilets. And that teamwork allowed them to go from a 2-man disadvantage to making it even.
Yeah, it was a very quick round of multiple peaks in multiple areas, and they just shut down that forZe push. And forZe are going to go for the semi-buy, mainly building around utility. They will go for a full buy next, but they bought a lot of utility actually, and they're going to go quick. At least one of them is going quick. There's going to be the very fast defense towards B short, but no one anywhere close to start this fight off, and it's just pretty much the information game for both teams. Rushing down connector. K does need to be careful when that door opens. Throws out a little spray, does not connect, and will fall back.
Strike as well, landing all around Pillar, gonna do a lot of damage onto Null. I really like how these teams have, once contact was made by Kyler, that he didn't try and go for this hero spray down. He just fired 1 bullet while he was running away, and that was all he considered doing. The nade was what did the damage there, and we see Face Crack dropping because of it. Well, dropping down to 40 HP because of it. And Avez reading this really well. They suspected the likelihood is they'll turn around and head back towards A. See him dropping a bit of utility, and all forZe have for this execution is 2 flashbangs. So they're going to get up close. Contact is made with Face Crack. And again, Kyler just falling on back to sight. Marcos finds Almeza to open it up. However, Kyler is there because he was able to fall back. He can play from that side position as he'll continue tapping on down players. Gali there to support 1. He'll find 2 as well. And with that, Avez make it 4, showing a lot more life in the closing few rounds of this first half.
Yeah, it was they had superior weaponry on Avez. Their utility on forZe was pretty much completely depleted, trying to get towards the A site, and eventually it was just walking right into the bullets. Unfortunately for forZe, but they will have a little bit weaker buy than I would have initially expected with the amount of utility they bought last round. They've got a Galil, an AK, an AWP, and 2 MAC-10s. So they definitely did not manage the economy perfectly. Nice nade damage coming through on short. Big flashes coming in, but now Rod's going to get the kill on Face Crack with the molly damage. And utility reigning supreme here for Avez so far. Holding that B defense, they did expend pretty much everything they had. but they at least got a kill and a half out of all their utilities so far.
And other than that, no, it doesn't really matter. There's only one smoke left for forZe. Flash into a short as well. Will Avez get one? He's going to continue pushing as well. They're able to trade though, but now what? Pushing wide, he'll find 2 more of his own. Showing out that lone player, he'll take down K, but with 30 HP left, what more can he hope to find? Kyler will find him, and Avez making it 5. And something I think quite interesting as well about these fast plays is that when you see a fast play after a losing round spree, usually it's a sign of desperation. And forZe, I'm kind of disappointed to see that, considering they are still in the lead, they still had the economy, and that round would have worked perfectly for them if they just split out and went for picks, aggressing off them, which is what they've been doing for the start of this game.
Yeah, they might be a little bit worried with multiple rounds in a loss, in a row loss. However, they do still have 6 rounds on the T side, so all in all, it is not too bad for them if they manage to get at least 1 more. They are in a very comfortable position for their CT defense. Marcos, they have barely any weapons on the side of forZe, so unless you make a drastic mistake without any flashes or whatsoever, they should be able to clean up this forZe lineup pretty quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. Face crack. Contact made on long as well. He's just going to look to try and run away while he can. A few shots will ring out, but he will be able to escape. forZe, again, with all these players stacked up in toilets with little, well, no utility. Pushing anywhere is just going to be difficult. I think they hope to catch maybe 1 player off guard for the aggressors. Kyler will be spotted. He'll take down Face crack.
Yeah, it is kind of to be expected that they just, you know, lambs to the slaughter. It's easy money farming. Maybe a deagle kill coming in, but Jerry, he's got to at least get 1 for his troubles. And unfortunately, they just get shut down. And the money in on Ava's side will pretty much secure them buys for the rest of the half. 3 more rounds left. Yeah, I would say 2 more buys definitely, even with an op purchase on top of it. So they should be pretty much fine. forZe need to take 1 more, and then they'll be comfortable in their CT defense, especially if they manage to win the pistol. And Avez, they really need to win these next 3 rounds, because the T side is, of course, a lot tougher. Not as tough, because you can overwhelm your opponents pretty quickly if you just get a quick execute towards B, or even rush down towards mid. But connector does seem to be a little bit of a slow area for both teams. The T's do not like to aggress in it, and the CTs have not held it too much this game so far. They prefer on Aves' side to just stick to their sites most of the time and hold the push there.
Absolutely, and again, forZe, it's quite interesting to see with very little economy. Now they're playing back, now they're playing safe. I think both teams currently looking for a 9-6 half. If forZe get it, then they're going to have an easy CT side. If Avez get it, they're going to have a bit of an easier T side. Now, one can be flashed out of position, he'll turn wide. Facecrack not able to find that opening as the trades go left and right. It will lead forZe with a 1-man advantage. Bialy hoping that nade will do a bit of damage. It will. Dre falling to 22 HP, 21 if you include that molly. He'll fall to 2 HP now as he has to watch out. Now that a plant will come through, and Marcos now the only player with utility. Deep out, spotting that player in heaven. Won't find him though, Marcos. The nade finally finding Jerry. But Bialy has been able to drop, and with only a flash to his name, gonna have to hope to do something magical. Luckily though, the plant isn't quite for these monster players, so...
But yeah, does he go for the pros don't fake move? He doesn't know that they're not towards short. He's gonna peek in on ecstasy power. The time is ticking down. At this point, you should just go for the full stick, and they're gonna peek in wide to try and stop it. And they will stop the defuse, and with that, forZe get themselves their 7th round, and that means that the half has already been pretty much too good for them. By coming out from Avez, and a pause for forZe, actually.
I think in my eyes, forZe with 7, they've done all they needed to do on this half. Going on to CT side, get that pistol round, make it 8-8, assuming they end up losing the remaining few rounds. Either way, they've done enough on T side of Obas to make space for them on CT side. I think this pause is going to prevent Avez from trying to find any conversion, maybe allowing forZe to just come up with a strat to maybe try and shatter Avez's economy for this last round. I think they might just be able to buy, but they'll be scraping the bottom of the barrel, surely. Everything, including the kitchen sink, will have to be brought for this final round if Avez lose this.
Yeah, and it is gonna be tough, of course, because Avez really need this map. Because the next one was Inferno, if I'm not mistaken, and that was a pretty dominating map for forZe, so they really need this one in the bag. Otherwise, it's going to be very tough, because even if they manage to magically win Inferno, they still have to deal with them on Nuke, and it is a tough series for them in general, because forZe is one of the better teams in this tournament altogether.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, you don't usually see well, Malta Vibes especially, they've had a history of having some great games where it's always going to map 3. I think Avez, if they want to keep that trend, they are going to have to take this map, because Inferno is so strong for forZe. It's one of their best maps, and I think Avez went into this veto banning what they don't want to play rather than what forZe want to play, which meant that forZe kind of have a veto advantage going into this.
Yeah, that's the advantage of just pretty much being good on almost everything. Kai does get a double spray down, though. XSC Power turns it around. Nice flash coming through from the CTs. Bialy holding the side, falling back towards water, and that's going to be making it a 2-on-3 situation. Bomb is not down. Bomb is under control for forZe, and they're going to fall back. They still have 45 seconds. See if they can make a play happen towards B short. It does seem Bialy is going to try and peek into Flit. Wins that duel as well. Now it's all on to XSC Power. Has an op in his hand. Honestly, with the yeah, you just save this, right? You don't have any money left. It's the last round coming up. You've got armor and a molly and an op.
Absolutely, you know, he has everything he needs to go into the next round, and with the loss bonus, with the loss of money, he'll be able to get a bit more utility as well. So I absolutely expect him to save. It's kind of weird to see him aggress so far. I think he suspects he might be able to catch one player off guard. He did spot that player towards heaven. Which you didn't quite see him. Bialy now covering the distance, actually trying to chase him down. So C-Power will prevent him, though, as he'll be able to hold on to this AWP, clinging to it like a newborn child as they go into round 15.
Weird that Bialy did not... he probably had his knife out there, but weird that we didn't hear a single gunshot coming through. Especially with him pushing towards Monster. But yeah, this is the last round of the half. Everyone's going to go for the full buy. Utility-wise, actually, utility for forZe is not that bad. Of course, they don't have the best weaponry in the world with 3 pistols, an AK, and an op. But if XSC Power can just open up with a nice op kill, that could be massive for them. Now it actually takes a pretty decent amount of damage already, down to 60 HP. So that gives a good advantage here for forZe, especially with those close range Tech 9s. Coming in, Marcos holding the op angle. However, he has been taken down on that exact same angle multiple times. Boost towards B short, shut down. And Jerry gets taken out as a second. This is looking problematic for forZe. Peek and wide. That one he's going to connect, and the last man standing is going to be Allmaker. A very good round from Avez. Finally, we saw some good aggression coming out on their end, which we've been lacking a little bit in this CT side.
And looks like a very large spark of life there from forZe. Oh, sorry, from Avez there to shut down forZe categorically. It will just be full on Almeza. He'll find one, but with Marcos covering the distance, it's going to look really difficult for him as he'll swing further. AWP in hand, shotgun AWP, he'll take him down. And Avez now going to actually find the lead. You know, they've really got a second wins in these closing few rounds, getting themselves a victory in the half. But again, forZe, 7 rounds, 2-side of overpass, absolutely not bad at all. I think they still are in the runnings for this. Both teams going to be hungry for this pistol round.
Yeah, pistol usually means 3 rounds. Well, actually, I'm saying usually. Sometimes, you know, once in 3 times means 3 rounds. And the odds are pretty much the same at as when the game started. It's still about 1.5 for forZe and 2.5 for Avez, I would say. But does it seem... I mean, in the beginning of the map, I would say that I would rate Avez a little bit higher, but it does seem pretty much what I expect it to be.
Yeah, for sure. forZe, a formidable team. I understand why Almeza instantly opening up, finding 2. And, you know, that shows why the odds are so heavily in their favor. You know, 2 very quick kills, a 3rd as well. Almeza swinging wide, hoping to maybe get a 4th as FaceCrack finds one. Almeza makes it 4 as he takes down Narwhal. And with that, forZe tie up 8-8. Complete decimation on that pistol round from forZe. And, well, the odds start making sense.
Yeah, that was a way too quick of a round. To be fair, they just straight up ran monster against USPs. If you get the lucky gush, of course, you can overwhelm them easily on the B side. But long range tap fights against USPs are never fun, especially with a lack of utility to try and get them off the angle. And a great defense from Almazer. There's going to be this actually a save coming out from Avez. They want to take this one. For sure, they want to make sure that they have the superior weaponry next round. If they get at least a gun drop here, that would be pretty nice for their team. Flit is pretty low, does need to be careful. Luckily, there is Jerry also holding the flank inside connector. But on the A site, in the meantime, all the way over there, we have Marcos, who is right behind his opponents. Does unfortunately not have the bomb with him. And Ecstasy Power is going to be the first one to drop a weapon. Close range, could take down Flit pretty easily with 22 HP. Spray comes in. What's happening? He does manage to get a double with that Glock and did do a decent amount of damage to the forZe economy.
Yeah, for sure. That is, I'm surprised he was able to get two there. One, I can understand he did have the flank, but a second, a bit sloppy from forZe. But, you know, they're able to hold on to the valuable guns. We got Ecstasy Power going straight to a naught, but FAMAS is still on Flits. Got an M4 on Jerry, and these UMB's able to play bonus. I think the reason Avez didn't force as well last round because they didn't have the bomb plant. They couldn't really justify it. So that's why we're going to see full AKs coming out. They're going to be a glass cannon on Marcos. He's going to be going for this initial pick. A duel against Ecstasy Power, but he is quick. My god, he's quick, as Bialy will fall instantly on the side of Avez.
Yeah, nice opening pick for forZe. They will trade it out though with K getting Jerry towards the B short, who tried to play. Wait, actually no, that wasn't connector even. I think he was just about to peek and connector, but still got shut down. K is down to 9 HP though, so a decent advantage there. Close range smoke that gives away intel that Flit is at least in the very near vicinity, and Flit needs a guard on his back. Honestly, if randomly Naura would walk through the smoke. Luckily, there is also Ecstasy Power with that op who is trying to peek out all these angles, steps towards long, might get clustered in if he's not careful, especially with the rotation. Flit is going to get caught off guard. Ecstasy Power gets one shot, but Marcos returns the frag, and now it's going to be a 2-on-3 retake of the A site for forZe. Can he get there on time? Yes, he shuts down Naurot, and now tries to go and win the duel against Kyla, but will lose it in the end. Face crack. He's in a 1 versus 2 situation. Has the FAMAS behind them. Will they even turn around? Oh, this is just dangerous. Why is no one checking their flank?
Oh, the knife kill as well.
Okay, face crack playing a dangerous game, but still wins out the duel, gets the defuse in. Very weird 1 versus 2 clutch. I mean, normally you kind of do expect players to come from the flank, right? You do expect them to come up connector.
I think that push that came through out from garbage from, I believe it was Jerry there, it was so quick that they assumed his teammate would be there, which would explain why he was pushing quickly. Well, that's the only explanation I could think of, because face crack, beautiful clutch, knife kill as well, going to bolster that economy. And I think for forZe, that not only is that knife kill and clutch good for their economy, it's good for their confidence, you know? I can imagine seeing some pushes coming forward now. They're starting to really feel it. They know that they've got Avez showing a bit more respect, as well as you see full rifles coming out from them. No AWP in sight, and it's allowed Flit to push forward in towards party without much contention from Avez.
Yeah, they have a pretty decent buy round on Avez. And there was a gap in the smoke, nicely done. I don't know if I assume it was a CT on purpose gap. And Jerry gets cleaned up by Bialy. They're really good at evening out the score in this series, because every single time one team gets the opening kill, the other one chimes in to return the favor. In the meantime, we do have Flit pushing forward towards Fountain. Actually, he's going to fall back. Trying to go for the spray down, wins it against Marcos. And now it's a 3-on-3 face crack. Again, why is everyone holding their knives in their hands? They will get the kill onto FaceCrack with XC Power. He knows that they're coming into his direction, has the op in hand, and will shut down that push. Flit is on the flank. So many flanks coming in this round. It is absolutely insane.
I love how aggressive these teams are being. Absolutely love it. He's got flank on flank on flank. And now XC Power, he knows that he's in a 1 versus 2 for the site. He'll find Kyler. But the flank from Flit, it's so quick. I'm not sure if it's expected because the flank on the flanker who picked off the flank. So it's almost like a riddle right now as Flit going to be coming forward from Monster. Now what is sort of queued to his position. We're going to see him pushing down towards CT. As forZe, they're able to win a 1 versus 2. Can they win a 1 versus 1? We'll have to see.
The bomb is planted for multiple angles, but mainly not for short, so he should know that there's no player on short. At least it would be very unlikely, and now Rot is going to win that straight-up duel to clutch it out for his team, and a very much needed round for Avez, because the economy of forZe is in tatters. They only have a couple. Actually, FaceCrack's going to drop the full-on op, and they're going to go for the full buy defense with a timeout coming out for Avez to try and figure out a plan of attack. They don't have a lot of money on the tees either.
Absolutely, both teams playing to reset each other right now, and Avez, they're facing prospect of really misjudging the economy right now. If they buy up Mac 10s, that's going to have to be a fast play, and running into CZs, that ends up going from an easy fight against maybe them or Pistols to being a 50-50 fight. Same for AWPs at range. Framesses as well can do a lot of damage, and they have misread it. It'll be Mac 10s coming out with utility, so Avez, what's slightly stacked against them right now, as forZe are able to capitalize off this misread if they're lucky.
Yeah, that op of he needs to get the opening bit quickly on XSE Power before those Mac 10s get too close to a site. The rifles, they have one FAMAS and a couple of pistols on the side of forZe. Can take close range engagements, but Mac 10s are terrifyingly fast, and they're going to use it exactly for that reason. Spray comes out. FaceCrack does get 1 kill, falls back towards water. 1 and done so far. And Jerry is also hiding inside water. The spray down comes in. Peek out white from Flit. Tries to get the kill in, but there's such a big B defense. The last man standing is K. Right on site. He's going to jump up. Whittle in the duel, but is down to 21 HP. XC Power has the op in hand. Should swap towards his pistol, though. But is going to go for the straight op peek. It seems, does K expect him from that angle? It does seem very likely. Is going to peek into him. It does get a tag onto XSE Power, but forZe shut down that push very quickly. They had a pretty decent stack towards that B site on forZe, and they were ready. They were definitely ready.
For sure. And that was the issue with Avez, misreading that. Those Mac 10s, they expected it to be pistols, they expected it to be a close engagement. And forZe with that FAMAS, we saw that initial pick going down. The utility allowed Almeza to get that first pick and just fall back with a man advantage. That allowed him to bait into the actual pistols who were already waiting and laying in wait like vipers in that water area, allowing them to just get players as they jump up like whack-a-moles. Went down to the 1 versus 1, of course, XC Power taking it against, I believe it was Narwhat. A fair 1 versus 1, of course. Nice shot from him, securing that round. And, Avez must be kicking themselves. They should have had AKs there, and that round would have been a lot more different.
And now it's going to be a semi-buy. A decent amount of utility on their side, though, so it might be going for a quick execute run. But the weaponry on forZe is not that strong either. They've got 2 SMGs, a FAMAS, an M4, and an op on XSE Power, who does actually not have head armor, so that is pretty dangerous against these Tech 9s, P250s. 1 tap to the head, and you are out of there.
And we see this Mac 10 now at close range, ready for these actual pistols to come forward from Avez. And I think I need to reiterate what we said before. Avez need this map. Inferno is not a map Avez are confident on, and forZe, they're hungry. They've got a chance to close it out on. If they win this, they're either going to close it out on Inferno, or we go to Nuke, where they still have a massively high win percentage. Avez need to be really careful in this. Right, Kyler, I'm going to spam down Jerry. It's not pretty, but it works. As XC Power going to be ready on the trade as well. Fortunately, he'll unscope just as he pushes on away.
And and it does pull Flit towards A long, so that means the rotations are not going to be as swift on the side of forZe if it's going to be a B push. We do luckily enough have FaZe close range with that SMG, so if they actually push through Monster, he could get a couple of kills quickly, because there is only K with the HUD armor on the side of Avez. And they're trying to keep this push away. Avez is going to go for the full execute XC power. Peeks in with that up. FaZe is still behind. He was completely flashed. Jumps down. Gets behind them. In between them, actually, even. And the last man standing, Bialy, will not get a single frag either. So that is going to be a nice shutdown for forZe. Luckily, that was not the full buy for Avez. They will get themselves the AKs and whatever they need right now so that they can get the push going, because they really, really need to start turning up.
Absolutely, and that's a beautiful push from a beautiful discipline from the FaZe there to allow the players past him. That was an amazing bait setup as well from Almeza. The teamwork there absolutely phenomenal, as it did bait the Avez players into the awaiting arms of that MP9. He struck at just the perfect moment, and there you have it. Round going for forZe with relative comfort. Okay, fighting for short, he'll be able to take down Jerry. However, he'll fall down to 26 HP. These SMGs still playing a bit of a bonus on the side of forZe. A questionable decision, considering they do only have a 3-round lead, but I don't disagree with it. I think I can understand why. Their economy is good, but it's not the best, and any kill they get on Avez right now is going to be difficult for them. They've brought down to 500, 550 being the most on Kyler, as they continue a very slow, methodic clear of Connector and A.
Yeah, you have a man advantage, but you do not want to throw this one away by accident, so they're just using their little utility they have left. They only have 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a molly. So they do have to be a little bit careful. 1 flash for long, most likely, otherwise you're going to peek right in dry against a possible op, which would be a little bit too scary, and there's going to be the run boost, actually. Nice shot from Marcos. A little bit of a whiff spray from Flit. Definitely should have been able to shut down that opera before he got the shot off with how long it took to actually fire. And now it's going to be a 3 versus 5 situation. Very tough stuff coming through, but luckily XC Power does have that big green stick, and he is using it effectively. Trading it evenly now, though. On site, Almeza is going to peek out wide. Nice flash coming through. Will get taken down by Bialy, who was still semi-blind. And Bialy jumps up on site, quickly shuts down XC Power. Now it's all on FaZe. 1 versus 3 is going to go for the hero play, but will he actually be successful? Or is he just going to hold the line and maybe recover that op?
You can find Bialy. That's a nice little opening. There's one. We'll switch to the AK, and if he can get Marcus as well, he needs to remember K is very, very low. So, while it's difficult, it's definitely doable. I say that, me and my big mouth. Marcos finding with the AWP. Let's make it 10, and forZe just about able to buy into this.
Yeah, but it would be way too weak of a buy. I would say just go for an eco. They're not gonna go for an eco, okay? They're gonna go for 3 M4s, no head armor. And the utility is very lackluster on their side. XZ Power, what is he gonna go for? Is he just gonna go for the FAMAS? Maybe Scout, because of course he is the opper.
I wholly expect forZe to go for either fountain control, maybe short control. There's no way that they have this weaker buy and don't try and capitalize off it or make up for the lack of utility with the map control. Avez, don't get me wrong, they have the buy, but they don't have the economy. So again, this game is still so close. That will be the Scout coming out on XC Power, you're right. Yeah, we'll have to see if forZe decide to go for this A control or this B short control.
XC Power is keeping that extra $1,200 in his bank account for if they lose this round. They'll just full eco the next and then go for the buy round with an op for him to be able to use it. It's going to be Marcus peeking in. Flit is actually already past the balloons and is in the playground area, so I think they are expecting this. I'm not sure. Yeah, they are definitely expecting this. They're peeking into the angle, but Flit might be in a very unexpected position because peek out wide from XC Power, gets tagged low, needs to get anything done. He, however, is going to lose that fight, but now Flit is being spotted out, taken down. Bialy gets a double to start the round off, and Bialy all of a sudden started waking up. FaZe trying to push forward, walks through the smoke, loses the fight against K, and this is just desperation coming out from forZe trying to recover the round.
Absolutely, and again, I think Avez, great read. They're able to get down. XC Power to open it up. The trade was there from Flip, but you know, he's only good for one when you're against a team that has a strong teamwork like Avez. I think the push from K though, a little bit undisciplined. Well, the push into K, sorry, a little bit undisciplined. We're going to see Bialy now pushing up from long, trying to clear the safe site. And as you said before, you know, Bialy has been really effective in these last couple of rounds. Yeah, that's where he's got almost 90% of his kills from. He looks to get in towards Bank with players exchanges. Almeza has to go huge. Kyla takes him down, and Jerry now looking to potentially just save the AK he can find towards Fountain if he's lucky.
Yeah, a round lost for forZe. They will hopefully be able to recover a weapon, and then just next round, maybe Jerry can make a hero play with that recovered M4. Well, there's an AK somewhere around there, most likely, unless they swapped it out for something else. Not the AK save, so Jerry should be positioned perfectly for the next round, and they should. I mean, it's just a free round for Avez, most likely. But I've seen so many games where you just lose that free round. You know, the
Absolutely.
USPs can still be deadly if there are three aiming at one person's head.
Absolutely, Jerry now needs to be careful as looks like Avez a little bit hungry for him. They are hunting, but they're not going too far. Their economy starting to really swell as well, because I haven't really been contested too heavily. It's been fairly clean rounds from them all around, and it means that forZe have got to start doing damage, even if it's just with pistols. They just need to find kills and hopefully use those guns to try and kickstart something, because Avez is starting to snowball, and I think that's starting to make forZe a little bit scared. We saw a few desperation plays from last round. We'll have to see if it transfers into this round as well.
Yeah, they do have that one AK rush through the molly, and XC Power almost died. Did pick up the DZ close range, but they definitely heard the steps through the molly. They definitely heard the ticks of damage being dealt, so they are just going to hold the defensive angle on Avez, as is their good right. These are close range angles against pistols. It is, you know, you want to make sure that you don't accidentally walk into a stack, which at the B site, it does seem very much like they're going straight for it. Now is going to get traded out. Jerry with that AK does get his team a kill, and a 1-for-1 is definitely something worthwhile on the side of forZe for that defense. They're immediately going to rotate towards B. FaZeCrack picks up that P250, and he's actually going to aggress forward, trying to pick up that AK. Peeks out wide, though, when he tries to grab the AK, but will lose his life. That, my friends, is greed. One of the 7 deadly sins.
I do like how quick forZe were rotate towards a site. Unfortunately, with FaZeCrack falling, it means that they do have to watch out for Kate, who is about to swing wide and try to take site control. It'll eventually be taken down by Jerry. They realize it's A, and Jerry swinging back around. He's done a great job to make space with this AK so far. We'll have to see just what more he can bring from it. Flash go out, push to follow, and he has to go huge. Unfortunately, Marcos, while a little flashed, actually is able to take him down. Flint now, he'll be holding on to that AK. 15 seconds left. He's on the wrong side of the map without armor or utility. I think the only thing he can hope for is a quiet closing few seconds of the round.
That should be a solid 12-12. This game is not. This round is not over. This series, this map is not over. It is looking like Avez all of a sudden have woken up, got themselves a couple of rounds in a row, and forZe, they have to find some strat that seems to work, because so far their aggressive pushes have been immediately snuffed out by Avez every single time.
Absolutely, and again, Avez with a very strong push towards this A site. I don't think we've really seen anything too out of the ordinary from them. It's just been standard executions, standard takes, and they've just been doing them well. And it's meant that forZe, because of their unrelenting aggression, it means that they're usually going into these takes with a man disadvantage. And Avez, now they're starting to really group up. We've seen them taking connector with 3 people, then just leaving the players outside A and just wait. And forZe, they've not really broken that spree of aggression, so it means that when Avez do go to execute, forZe are either out of position or they're at a man disadvantage from contact they've made earlier in the round.
Yeah, they need something to happen right now in their favor. They actually have very little utility on force. Very quick execute coming out from Avez. This spray gonna be perfect. A double spray down from Face Crack. Tries to spray through the smoke and tries to upgrade to an AK, but unfortunately it was a little bit out of range. Ecstasy Power gets rid of Kylar, and K, the flash comes through, but the blind spray down from Face Crack. He gets himself his third of the round, and all of a sudden Avez, their hyper aggression towards that B site, they finally decide to change their approach, and it just gets snuffed out completely.
I think Aves losing a bit of patience there, as they do go for a fast plate. forZe completely shut it down, and I think Aves may have suspected forZe to be out for the count, but they, you know, this shows they still have the power for a few more punches. As Marcos now, the lone player with the AWP. Don't get me wrong, Aves can full buy into this next round without a hitch, but losing AWPs can get expensive, and there's still 6 rounds, including this one, left of the half. So you need to be a bit more disciplined than that, especially if you want to buy these AWPs again and again.
And well, even if you drop the extra op, they could go for the double op setup on forZe. Place one on A, one on B. There's always a possibility to deal with that nasty T-side AK for that one bullet potential. Marcos does get a shot into Almaze. Is going to peek out long. Missed shot coming through from Ecstasy Power. Great jump from Marcos. Shuts him down. 1 versus 2 has a possibility here. FaceCrack and Jerry need to rotate in, and he's going to be playing the toilets. Is this actually going to be Marcos with the big boy clutch?
And looking at the economy of forZe as well, they can't afford to lose these players. This is really not looking good for them as well. They have no utility, and Marcos really feeling it from the looks of things. He isn't going to miss another shot. They're just going to have to hope to catch him out of position. They'll swing wide, almost like he down FaceCrack. No scope comes forward, but FaceCrack covering the distance, able to find him just in time. And well, there you have it. forZe making it 13, but not nearly as clean as they probably would have hoped for. They are going to favor that single AWP setup, as they are able to buy into this again, but the util's not going to be as good as it could have been. We got a little replay of that spray down from FaceCrack there. Beautiful opening to the round here, and the third, while full blind.
A nice defensive hold coming out from forZe. As you said, a little bit too costly for their taste in the end, but at least they managed to take the round and secure round number 13 in their favor. But if they lose this one, they are in the same predicament, whereas Avez still have a little bit of extra cash. Again, getting super aggressive on their CT side, but it gets read immediately by Avez, and that is a man advantage. I don't read. Both sides are playing some of these very aggressive plays without any either backup or just a straight up rush, trying to overwhelm the enemy while they're not paying attention. But Avez is not falling for it, and neither is forZe.
For sure, and I think that's a bit needless. Yeah, like you said, needless. Follow-up is there, though. Jerry and Ecstasy Power able to get the re-aggression. That's going to kickstart the execute onto this B-site. FaceCrack now going to be that man. Possibility that nade's perfect. He's flashed out of position, and he's alive, which is all he needs to do. Buying time, allowing the rotations to come on through. They are at a man disadvantage, but Avez still have absolute kill potential. Going to this Bialy spotted. Almaze taking a lot of damage, actually, as he looks rather than drop down, just stay up. Bialy going to find FaceCrack. That's a bit of a miscom. The secondary smoke goes down. Bialy gonna be found. Ecstasy Power finding Marcos. It's all on K. 7 HP and a dream, as we'll see him coming up from that side. However, Jerry will find him. forZe make it 14, and now they looked panicky. They looked scared for a couple of rounds, but they've started to like clench their fist and get a grip back onto the second half, as it is 14-12. Avez still absolutely able to come back into this, but their money not going to survive another round.
That was another nice hold coming out. Of course, as you said, a little bit of miscommunication there on the B bomb side. FaceCrack had his back turned to his opponents, and he had no idea that they were that close, or had zero cover from his teammates, and just got shut down. So that's a little learning moment right there. Nice nade coming out from FaceCrack, getting rid of Bialy, and another man advantage. Peeking out towards Monster. He's actually holding that B side nicely, but now Laser, the spray down comes out. K gets a double. He's gonna go for the triple, and they immediately take down the entire forZe lineup. Just the 2 players, K and Kylar, they just absolutely annihilate forZe. They do not have enough money for a full buy, but they are gonna go for the op defensive buy on forZe.
And it looks like Kay and Kyler there just said enough's enough. Kay finding 2 after Kyler's one in connector. Kay finds a 3rd, Kyler finds a follow-up, and forZe just melt. That was disgustingly quick there. As Avez gonna have another timeout, probably to compose themselves after winning a round like that. We see Kyler going 27-18, as his counterpart XSC currently going 24-17 as well. Unfortunately, forZe with a round advantage, but not an economic advantage. Will be pistols on 3 of the players. XSC Power and FaceCrack gonna have that AWP and MP9, and forZe, you know, sometimes the aggression works, sometimes it's too much. And with that utility advantage, with that damage advantage they got with their utility, they didn't need to continue re-peeking short. They could have allowed Avez to come into them. Fortunately though, Avez now with the round, with the economy, and with the guns as we head into rounds 28.
Now, XSC Power, what kind of play can he make? He does have the big gun, and he needs to open up quickly. He's going to go towards B short. There is no molly to hold him off this time, but they are not going to peek in that area themselves. So, XSC Power peek out wide. No one spotted. No one even inching in that direction. They're even falling further and further back because they are terrified of walking into a push or a stack. And that means forZe, they can rotate slightly towards that A site because they have a player in B short holding the push, and they have a player in connector to hold the XSC Power's flank as well. And that means well, forZe can get some very nice aggressive positions taken here with those close range, the CZ Deagle and the SMG on FaceCrack as well. Close range angles always terrifying to deal with. Molly coming through, it's actually going to tick Flit, and he has to toss down the smoke to try and keep himself alive. That does give intel that there is a player inside connector, so everyone now knows where that player is, but where is the rest of forZe?
And forZe with this aggressive short push. FaceCrack now going to be that point of contact. Flash goes out, the push about to follow. Actually, there's no flash at all to come, so FaceCrack going to be caught off guard completely. He won't find Narwhal either. And so forZe now, they need to find his 2 players, and quickly. The smoke goes down. Jerry going to be man with a bit of responsibility right now, as he's going to hear that push go out. He's able to retrieve his teammate's MP9. He'll find Narwhal. He'll swing further. He'll get that planter as well. The trade is there, though, from Bialy. As K will find Almeza on the flank. It's now down to just XSC Power. AWP in hand, 1 versus 3, and he doesn't want to go for it. And XSC Power actually really needs to hold on to this AWP. Avez going to tie it up 14-14. And we look at the economy of forZe, it's in ruins. XSC Power, if he loses this AWP, then forZe are looking like they have the potential to lose the game, as this power weapon must be held on to.
It's getting closer and closer. It is also getting closer, of course, to that OT position, which I wouldn't mind watching a little bit OT. There's a lot of rounds where most of the rounds actually have been pretty weaker buys from either of the 2 sides. No real big saves to get all the utility and weaponry you want. And I'd like to see a couple of rounds where these teams go head to head with everything that they need. All the, the big green gun, all the utility as well. As you can see, forZe, they're going to go for, they're just going to go for the straight OT play.
Absolutely. I'm kind of curious to see if we'll see a double AWP setup come out as well, especially if they have the liberty to do so. As we'll see XSC Power out, going for initial peek on mid, and can he get it? This question will be flashed out of position. He'll fall on away, as Narwhal able to secure it for himself without too much hassle.
Won't spot anyone out, and Narwhal will be already in the playground, and that's kind of dangerous because he can get shot from behind. If he's not careful, he's going to head towards the connector area where he is pretty much a sitting duck. If they push him from both angles, an AWP can't really hold a single defense there. He's going to peek out wide. Nice shot. That's an opener for forZe, and a big one at that. They really need multiple kills. Peek out wide. Great job by Jerry with a massive flash from Bialy. Another peek out wide. Bialy's going to drop down, and that is Flit getting rid of Marcos with the USP. What is happening all of a sudden? Kyler, 1 versus 3. They do have an AWP on Almazer, an AK on Flit, and FaceCrack with the USP. But it is problematic. FaceCrack's actually hiding on site, waiting for Kyler to walk in through. Gets the headshot in close range. Opshot's gonna whip the spray down, and Kyler with the 1 versus 3 clutch turns it around, and Avez are now on map point.
I thought that was over the second it went into a 1 versus 3 there. Kyler, an amazing clutch from him. Unfortunately, Almeza aggressing a bit too early on there. I think he could have been alright staying firm. As what a clutch flip falling as well. And forZe now, finally, after long last at a round disadvantage, Avez have clawed their way back into this round, and now they're really reaping the rewards of it. As they're going into this with utility, with economy. forZe, on the other hand, it would just be a scout in the hands of XSC Power.
Oh, flash is coming through. XC Power completely blinded and sprayed down. A man advantage now for Avez. And oh, what a great turn from Naurod. Shuts down Flit. Absolutely annihilated. And Jerry is the last man currently on that A side. 2-man advantage. And they've got decent amount of utility left on Avez compared to 2 smokes on forZe, which is going to be, well, not enough to hold off this Avez push.
And this is looking absolutely harrowing for forZe right now. They've played so well in the second half. They did a great job in the first half as well. So they're going to have to see if they can... Are they going to falter just before the end of the game? Narwhal going to be aggressing firm. Like I say, Almeza looking to push forward, and Narwhal will find him. A 3k from him so far. Jerry needs to have an unbelievable performance. Facecrack is nowhere near him, as Jerry needs to find 2 or 3. He'll find 1. Good start. Yali trades. Facecrack. 1 versus 4 to keep forZe in the game. As that plant's going to go down. It will go down on default. Facecrack won't even have players aggressing into him. He's got a smoke between him and the bomb. He doesn't even have a kit. That's Kate. Aggression in the right place will find him as well. Push comes forward from Facecrack. He's going to bump into K in the smoke without realizing it. K takes him down. And Avez make it 16 to 14 as they take it against forZe.
Yeah, that was a very nice recovery from Avez, going down to the wire, and it was a tough game for both sides. I am impressed with Aves's performance. Can they keep this up though in Inferno, which is of course the map pick of their opponents, forZe, who have had a pretty massive showing on that map, a lot better than their performance so far on Overpass. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen in map number 2?
Absolutely. Honestly, looking at this, forZe, even though they lost the map, they had a really, really great showing. As we did say Avez would win this, but I think both of us kind of expected it to be a bit more one-sided. As Avez, we look at Kyler, 31 to 18 there, playing out as mind, that 1 versus 3 as well, keeping Avez in the game. And, that can only happen so many times. As forZe now going to be going on to their home ground of Inferno. I suspect they'll take it. I think it's definitely going to go to Nuke. forZe, by all means, aren't out of this. It's been a great showing from them. They've really, really made Avez work for it. So I do suspect it will be Inferno going in favor of forZe.
Yeah, and that pretty much sums it up for the first map. We'll be back after these messages for map number 2. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.